Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's close. It's nearly here. How are we doing, everybody? Good morning to you all. Good morning, good morning. Is the hype kicking in yet? I'm excited. Who we got in this morning? We got Valegro, of course, first and foremost. Welcome to you. Traditioner, welcome. Sharkshooter, yo. Only a handful of hours left for you. Ooh, it's getting close. Cal, welcome to you. Stro, of course, always good to see you. Eliath, Bonebreaker, Vopsa, Nice Devil. Hey, there we go. Wow. How we doing, boys and girls? How we doing? You may have noticed my coffee beverage today is slightly different. A little bit different. It's safe to say this is not a good time for my coffee machine to be out of action. That's all we'll say. Moomin mug? Hey, you spotted it. Yo. I live in the land of Moomins. My cupboard is full of these goddamn Moomin mugs. These are, I can't remember what these are. They're little ghost things. They're quite cool. I'm going to be careful doing that. Irish coffee? Oh, not yet. It'd be good if it was, though. Ooh, that's strong. Okay. Damn, that's strong. Ooh. Hyped, burnt out the game, grinding renown this week. Oh, no. See, I made the conscious effort about this time last week that I could either go hardcore and grind out renown on a couple of characters, or I could just not. And honestly, I'm relatively thankful that I said, right, no, 4 characters is enough. I'm done. If I was to do an extra couple of characters, I think I would have also had a bit of a problem. Question about, we got a tab sheet cheat. Hang on. Got a question. Do we got a tab sheet cheat of things that gives reps and daily things to do in Korthia? Oh, I see. Not specifically. No, not really. Korthia, to be fair, rep-wise, it's actually very, very simple. You just do Korthia. It sounds silly, right? But there's not actually there's not a huge amount to do in Korthia once you've done the basics. The quest line is actually the majority of Korthia. Other than that, it's just install handy notes and go pick up treasures. In the first week, there's not actually a lot to do out there. It expands into more of a zone in the later weeks. And by that I mean when you get your Archivist Codex reputation up, you unlock the ability to go into the teleporters, or at least to buy the items that you use in the teleporters. The whole zone expands more so in the next couple of weeks. The first week, just worry about getting your alts there. Worry about getting that little bit of reputation to start with, if you're after Crafter's Mark stuff. But don't feel as if there's like a big long list of jobs to do in Korthia. There's really not that much. I'm hoping that it will take me no more than an hour for each character to do what I need to do on a daily basis. Thanks, I'm doing a Valegro sheet of grinding. I might need to put down some notes of something just to keep track of what my characters are doing, because if I try and do it while streaming, I guarantee I'll be distracted by all the squirrels as well. Haddock, good morning to you, my friend. Welcome. There's I'm counting on your updated TSM groups for tomorrow. My freebie groups, the basic groups, may not be out until probably Thursday, maybe Friday. It's going to take me a little bit longer to get the basic groups out there, but I put in a shift yesterday of my tier 2 subs, of my silver goblins over on Patreon. The full Shadowlands TSM profile is now live, so it's up, it's ready. T2 Club. Yeah, tier 2 subs and Silver Goblins get the not only the groups but also the operations to go with. And with that comes the custom price sources and stuff. I won't go as far as to say it's been a rush job, but what I will say is that it's the fundamental setup right now. It's going to be built upon in the next couple of months for sure. For simple things, right? I want to put a little video together just explaining to people exactly what the functions are, exactly how to use it, because I've tried to design it to be plug and play. So you can just import these groups with the operations and you're basically off to the races. You can open up your profession, you can click restock, it will tell you what should be craftable. There's a smart material system that I've built into it. Tried to make a KISS version? Pretty much so, yeah, pretty much so. There's a bunch of people out there that have some very, very highly optimized, complicated as all hell TSM profiles, which you can, you can just go and buy and you can keep your fingers crossed that you know how to use them. I've tried to keep mine relatively entry level. Keeping the basics basic, and I want it to be something that people can get on board with and then build from. I want people to be able to very easily customize the default profile, but it takes all of the legwork out of setting up TSM to begin with, which in my opinion is the biggest barrier to entry for TSM. That initial few hours of setting up all your groups and the basic operations is the bit that most people just do not do. But once you do that and you know sort of the basics of how it works, you can tweak it and you can customize it. You can maybe up some restock numbers, drop some restock numbers down, do whatever you need to do, and it should just work, just relatively easily. Is there an OnlyFans Mantheus TSM version? There's not. No, there's not. No, the one social media platform that I'm not on is OnlyFans. Like who's not Billis Anixia? His Patreon TSM is mega simple, mega kappa. I've not used Billis's groups, nor have I seen what they are, but I'm aware of Billis Anixia enough to know that his groups are probably relatively complicated if you have no idea what you're doing with TSM. If you're a pro, it probably saves you 5 hours, 10 hours of thought and effort. So I would imagine that Billis's is probably a little bit more sophisticated, should we say. But it probably requires you to at least know what you're doing with TSM to start with. Will you be doing an API automated spreadsheet at some point? It's on my list of things to do. I am in contact with somebody that is going to assist me with doing it, because whilst I love me a good spreadsheet, I don't know everything. I'm not super good with APIs and that sort of thing. So I've Dirty Irby? No, another member of the stream, but not Dirty Irby. Although I would imagine his support would come in helpful at some point, because he's a bit of a spreadsheet whiz. That's for sure. Just got into the TSM 4.11 beta. Need to set up Crafter's Mark, gear, groups and operations. Hey, Indigo, there's a very easy way to skip that process. Very easy way to skip that process. Silver Goblins. Download the groups. Easy peasy. I'm not going to show you the link on stream because otherwise I'll dox myself. But I can. What I will do today is I'm in essence going to use these groups myself on Sylvanas going into patch 9.1. I've entirely redone my TSM profile because of this. So you'll get to see it in action, how it works firsthand, and then obviously if you want it, it's yours to go get. So, but anyway, first and foremost, in the morning, what do we do first thing? We go do our Facebook stuff. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Let me, where are we now? We're in the middle of nowhere. We need to get our ass over to our Covenant, seek the Primus. There we go. Today, boys and girls, today is relatively simple. Today's last minute maintenance and preparation for 9-1. That is going to include going through the 4 characters that we're going to be primarily playing and doing some basic tender loving care for them. So we're going to be cleaning out their bags. We're going to be making sure there's plenty of bag space, making sure any old gear is out the way, gone. Anything sub item level 200 at this point is just trash. Get rid of it. And then we can make it so that these characters are just ready to rock and roll. I need to do an update of add-ons. Need to make sure that I've got some of the add-ons that are going to be very useful. Maybe look into a couple of add-ons that will help us once we get to Korthia. I'm thinking Handy Notes is going to be a very, very useful add-on, I would imagine, but we'll see. We'll see. Sorry, just tuned in. Where do I get those? Either a tier 2 sub here on Twitch or a Silver Goblin over on Patreon will give you access to not only the basic TSM groups but also the operations and custom prize sources that go with, plus a whole other bunch of goodies. I would suggest the easiest thing to do is jump into the Discord and take a look at the premium channel, and it will tell you everything you need to know. 3 dungeons I only did a 14 on. I genuinely don't think I've done a 14 this entire expansion. 100 Veiled Augment runes sold overnight for 615 gold. 615 gold apiece. Well, there we go. Bingo, bango, bosh. I'll be short for the 15 on all dungeons. Oh dear, that's not good. Oh, I see why that's more of a problem than it... Ah, yeah. Okay. Oops. Get going. You still got time. You still got time. At least if you at least over on the EU realms. Is the NA server's down now? Is that the situation right now? Is that where we're at? The NA server's down? I would imagine they're down now, right? Little Uve, good morning to you. Welcome, welcome. No, they're still up. Oh, okay. Haven't they got a dirty, great big 8-hour maintenance or something? I don't know what the time difference is. I don't know how it works out. Got to work all day first. It's going to be a busy night. That it may. That it may. Am I out of inventory space? Oh dear, oh dear. Hang on. Please hold. What do we want to get rid of? Porous stone. Just get out of here. I'd rather have 10 callous hide, please. Yeah, this is a problem, right? Bag space is a problem. Inventory space is a real problem. This is a problem we will be fixing today. For show! But let's get Facebook done out the way first. Bonus XP, please. No, not a single one. God damn. Oh, I've just noticed people talking in the Discord between themselves. The socket changes, the legendary shenanigans, has finally been fixed. By finally, I mean literally within 24 hours of the patch going live, they're fixing it. This is incredibly worrying considering they've had 8 months to be working on this patch. And the day before it goes live, they're making significant changes to the legendaries. Crazy. They did the exact same before Shadowlands launched. 2 days before Shadowlands launched, they rebalanced the entire legendary crafting system, which was outrageous. You only you needed I think it was 5, then 10, 5 crafts of rank 1, 10 crafts of rank 2, and 10 crafts of rank 3. Was how it was for a while towards the end of the Shadowlands beta. And then literally 48 hours before they pressed the go button, they switched it round to 15, 15, 15. And it was only because I was fortunate enough to be looking at it did I catch the change before it went live. And of course I shouted about it a little bit because it's ridiculous, but it's just not ready yet. I know, it's scary, right? It's kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of worrying that we're 8 months into the expansion, it's already been heavily delayed, and it still doesn't appear to be in a comfortable spot, you know? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But at least from my testing of Korthia, Korthia feels pretty good. Pretty good. I think the main gameplay mechanics side of things is absolutely fine. The problem is like literally 2 months before something like a major patch goes live, you would expect all of the gameplay functionality to be implemented, and you should just be bug testing, and more bug testing. But to be physically changing systems 2 days before the patch goes live is woo! Okay then. But sure. Oh, hang on. Before I send these out, I'll click on you, and on you, and on you, and on you, and on you. That makes you the favourite. That's our favourite team. These are the ones, any bonus XP missions, these guys are going on them. Well, half the company's leaving them. WoW is the least affected of all games, but I'm sure it has an impact there as well. Yeah, it's I'm sure it's difficult times at Blizzard HQ right now, but what can you do? What can you do? Tell you what you can do is you can get successful mission tables on the go. That's exactly what you can do. Lovely stuff. No problemos. We'll do a Facebook sweep first and foremost, and then we'll fix our bag situation. I'm probably going to have to just make a bank halt or something, or choose a character to just send a bunch of stuff to temporarily. The problem is I use the word temporarily, and we know from past experience that those temporary decisions end up being relatively permanent. Oh dear. Korthia assaults weekly or daily? Twice a week. 2 times weekly. 2 times weekly. So you'll be doing 2 assaults a week. Very similar to how the assaults in 8.3 worked. That they'll rotate every couple of days. I genuinely think now as well, I think my mission table is actually anima positive, because I'm not really doing anything on this character to gather anima, and my anima it's only a trickle, to be fair, but it's definitely not going down, which indicates it's at least anima neutral right now. If I were to get these last 2, which I'll probably pick these up pretty quickly in patch 9.1, because anima's a little bit more easy to acquire, we should be absolutely cooking on anima, which would be nice. Anyway, let's jump on to the next one. If you want the best devs, but you pay them below average because working for your company is a dream, it's not surprising that they don't stay forever. Yeah, I think Blizzard have an easy time recruiting people because of the... It's odd, right? That it's the dream for people, even though their public image in the last few years has been shocking. But, I don't know. Are you mat stocking? I've kind of already mat stocked. We're way too close to the day to be stocking on materials at this point. I've been stocking anything that I know I'm going to acquire in very large quantities, mainly legendary based stuff. I've got a lot of Heavy Callous Hide put away for leather working in general. I've got a whole bunch of Elysium put aside, which can either be used for prospecting if I run out of essences, or it can be used for turning into Elysium bars for blacksmithing. We'll see how that plays out. I've got a whole bunch of ore in general, a lot of ore in fact in general. The ore is going to be put towards either Shadowghast ingots for both blacksmithing and jewel crafting, or in some cases prospecting it for the essences directly. All my Leystrite ore is gone, had 500,000 stocked. Yeah, I've burnt through virtually all of my Leystrite as well, to be honest. It's a bit of a weird one. Anima drought got me hard, doing nothing but farming anima to be able to send all of my companions on missions so they're not idling in my sanctum like slackers. managing 136 companions is tedious. What the hell is that? That's 136 divided by 17. You've got 8 characters up and running. GG. That's good. You've got double the characters I've got right now. I've got 7 level 60s, but I've only set 4 of them up. It's cool to see how other players try to make gold. I'm a transmog farmer and doing very well at that. Transmog farming is, in my opinion, I consider transmog farming like the lottery. I wouldn't recommend it to be anybody's way of making a living, but you can play that lottery and occasionally you'll get a winning ticket and you'll do very well off that winning ticket, but it's hardly reliable. I would recommend to anybody doing transmog that they also have a solid system in place whilst they build up their inventory. Oh, well, if you've just dropped 1 million gold on transmog, then I'm sure you know what you're doing. So fair play. I've got 13 characters running. 13 is an unlucky number for some, but I imagine it's quite a good one for you. Which resource missions should I prioritise on the mission table? Your priority list changes depending on what stage you're at. I, for the most part, when I'm leveling up, naturally focus on bonus XP missions first. If I can get bonus XP missions, great. If not, well, whatever. Second to that, I focus on anima missions because, of course, you want every anima mission to be completed because you need the anima. If you're not doing that, you'll find that you burn through anima relatively quickly. Past that, pick up whatever you want, really. It doesn't really matter too much. If you want...
You just lost $5.
Oh, go on. There we go.
Sir Kira. This damn shout won't go away lol GG 2 months.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Prime Gaming for 2 months. I do highly appreciate it. Thank you. And there's clarification. TTS is working again. Thank you. Do we like the British woman talking to us? I don't know. Tammy Trader, hang on. I know who this is. I don't usually shout out follows, but hang on. Get back. Stop undercutting me on Torin Mill. Choo choo, get some more Twitch primes up in here. Let's get that train going. Sorry for the interruption is perfectly acceptable when it's somebody showing their support. I'm never going to have an issue with that one. Right, let's get some big bonus XP. Can we get this one? This is a 51 plus. This is probably going to be a bit too chunky for our lackluster Kyrian fellas. But let's put our Covenant. Oh my God, these guys can actually do it. They're going to do it and die in the process. Oh, Pelagos dies, but he always dies. Huh, fair. We'll go. What can we get next? We've got 14 fellas left. I really need to play the mini-game for Kyrian. I've got loads of these Medallion of Services, and I've genuinely not even touched the mini-game. I don't even think I've unlocked it. Oh, 1,200 fish cash. We'll take fish. Given the opportunity at least. Boo. Maybe we won't take fish. Why is this mission specifically so difficult? What are these guys doing? Hit people at ranged. Hit people. Okay, we need healers. Healers and tanks for sure. Plus a bit of ranged on the go. There we go. Now we're good. Sweet. Off you go. Told Samadan this is my priority order for the adventure campaign. Currently maxed at 20. Pure XP first. Bonus XP after. Then focusing on anima. And then high value XP missions for doomed runs. Oh, you're actually focusing doomed runs. Okay. Yeah, doomed runs is probably a good way to just Just it's like fighting fire with fire, right? You just basically Kyrian for example are just horrendously bad until they get leveled up quite high, meaning that doing some doomed runs on Kyrian just to get the experience, even if you're going to obviously have to wait for them to regen some health. Well, in fairness, you don't even need to wait for them to regen their health if you're just permanently running Doom runs on them. So that's probably not a bad way to just, zerg XP as fast as possible. Once you get into the 40s, I think, with the companions, they slow down their leveling really fast. And once you hit 50, I think somebody worked it out that the halfway point in terms of actual XP is level 49. So you've got to get, although there's only 60 levels, because the amount of XP you need to level up increases like almost exponentially. You need to get by the time your companions hit level 49, they've only actually got 50% of the experience that they need to hit level 60. You're only halfway at level 49. So, but once you get them to level 49, they should be strong enough that throw a couple of them in there on a team and they should do alright. Kyrian 50 to 60 is so tough. 59 followers, it takes ages. Yeah, I think you got to remember, right, that this is not a system that, it's not like you hit level 60 and all of a sudden you make 1 million gold a day. You should be making consistent amounts of gold off this table from probably level 40 and above with your companions. But you just want to get to level 40 as fast as possible. Do you have the add-on Covenant Mission Success Estimates? I don't know, but Venture Plan pretty much does most of that for me. I know there's another add-on that puts a big box up here or something that tells you what the percentage is. Click them together and see what it says. Yeah. Yeah, I know there's a few extra little things you can get with this that might be useful, but I like to keep it relatively simple. Oh, is that a weak aura that's doing that? Oh, okay. Yeah, basically Venture Plan is just uber powerful. I've also noticed with Kyrian, sometimes less is more because their troops are actually they're not terrible, but it's weird. The actual companions themselves are trash. I've used all my good tanks and healers though now. Yeah, this one's not gonna happen, is it? Let's do something. What's this one? 900 experience, 1000 experience. That's a level 50 mission though. Let's give it a go. No. Let's go slow. Oh, this is an anima one. I genuinely didn't even realise we had an anima one. Why is Sir Coffeebot saying it twice now? Not having a good day with coffee today, me. First, my coffee machine breaks. Well, it's not broken. It's just let's put it this way. It's in maintenance. First, my coffee machine breaks, and then my coffee bot is it's just gone loopy, total loopy. Can I get some rewards that aren't these stupid medallions of service, please? Like literally every mission is giving me these. I don't want them. Genuinely don't want them. Soluble coffee for the win. Let me guess, same maker as the bot. No, I've got quite a nice coffee machine. It's just like I said, it's in maintenance mode. It's I forget to clean it. That's the problem. It's a bit gross. Because of the 10k pet, Mantheus in chat, me included, can't see it go below 1 million gold. Why pet charms? Oh yeah, pet charms are a good one. Pet charms are I want to put something together at some point regarding pet charms because there is now so many different pets you can buy with the pet charms. Now I know everybody's focus is on this new pet that costs 10,000 pet charms, but realistically that's probably from a gold making perspective, that's probably actually one of the worst ways to spend your pet charms. It's like putting all your chips on black and, you know, just hoping you win. Because the smaller pets that sell more frequently but sell for a better ratio of like pet charm to gold is what you should probably be spending your pet charms on. But if you're lazy and you just collate hundreds of pet charms, thousands of pet charms together because running multiple mission tables, funnel them all to one character once in a while and just gamble them away on a single expensive pet, I suppose. Don't forget the BFA table, I farm a lot with them. Yeah, I mean, the advantage being that even the BFA table gives a fair amount of polished pet charms. It was nice to see that they didn't change the pet token thing again. Any news about heirlooms in 9.1? Not that I've seen. I don't think there's any changes to heirlooms. Put too much sweetener in mine this morning. Can't drink it. Coffee should be black. Coffee should be black. No, get milk out there. No milk in my coffee. Unless it's like for a very distinct reason. Like an iced latte or something is quite nice. But like for the most part, milk, get the hell out of my coffee. I like straight espresso or just lots of black coffee. Cream is out. No dairy products going anywhere near my coffee. Still making about 50k a week just selling Island Expedition pets. Island Expedition, this is one thing that is changing in 9.1, isn't it? Island Expeditions are going to be soloable in 9.1, I believe. You're going to be able to solo queue for them. Which will have an impact because I would imagine leveling through islands it may not be super optimal, but I guarantee the transmog and the pets and stuff you get there from there will be worth something at least. That should be on a t-shirt. Milk, get out of my coffee. It probably should. It probably should. I like that one. How do you have your tea? I don't have tea. Tea's gross. I have this and it's not for coffee. That milk looks dead. Sold a Duskhaven top hat for 220k. Maybe curious to see how far it will drop in price if it becomes soloable. Same with the plundered greatsword. Yeah, those really high value stuff may see a bit of a decline, but we'll have to see how it pans out. I'm in a real sticky situation with this Night Fae character that I have no anima. What table add-on other than Venture Plan are you using? I'm only using Venture Plan. I used a different one a while back. Can't even remember what it was called now. But in today's age, I just use Venture Plan. 69, giggity. Such a child. Such a child. You English? T's part of your DNA? Well, not really. The only reason tea's part of our DNA is because we used to invade countries that made it. There's a bit of a sad story, realistically, behind it. Yorkshire tea's not tea. Stuff's gross. I don't have all those options that you do. check whether you've got the latest version or the latest version. I'm on Venture Plan version 4.16. You do need to update it manually. That's the problem. So people just kind of forget, or I definitely just forget. Please don't tell me you like Tetleys. I just don't like tea. I just straight up don't like tea. It's not for me. I think Mantheus means that the British brought civilization to the uncivilized. Yeah, if you want to swing it that way. I'm a good salesman, but I don't think I can pull that one off. .16a is the newest one. Okay, so I'm 1A behind. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Let's get the anything anima. Genuinely anything anima. Anything big or any gear that happens to be an upgrade. No gear upgrades. Oh! I've wanted to be trying... I really want to complete this campaign, because when you get 16, you get the better missions. Ah, phooey. I've just sent Dreamweaver off on a mission already. That was an oops. God damn. Problems. Not enough anima. 400, 800. Go on, go on, go on. Useless. Go on. Would you try that famous cat poop coffee, the most expensive one in the world, supposed to be a real game changer, £50 a cup? No. No. Keep your cat shit away from my cup. I mean, I'm half hoping that was a typo, because that's wrong. Sadly, British civility revolves around taking your top off at a football match, waving the George Cross flag and shouting England over and over again. Just watch the footy tonight, you'll see my point. How far we've come as Brits. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting evening. I was thinking about doing a double stream today, considering we've got, like, launch, and then I realised, no, football, not happening. Not happening. Tomorrow could either be a really good day, or tomorrow could be the worst day in history, depending on how we do in the football tonight. They clean the beans. The cat's digestive enzymes remove the acids from the... No, I'm not drinking cat shit coffee. Bonkers. Bonkers crazy. Absolutely ludicrous idea. Let's just get people on missions. Let's go, go, go. There we go. US maintenance has been extended. I wonder will ours be tomorrow? It sounds a bit harsh to say it, but it's entirely true. The NA release is always a beta test. It's fine. By the time it gets to the EU, whatever problems they had launching over on the NA, they fixed. Another t-shirt. I'm not drinking cat shit coffee. Maybe I'll launch some merch at some point. We'll get some coffee-based t-shirts on the go. We need a reward of 1 million points and a €50 donation for you to get the cat. I'm not drinking cat shit coffee. It's just not happening. Supposed to be the ultimate coffee. He was saying he was a coffee aficionado. Thought it seemed to be logical to draw. Yeah, well, you yourself put best in inverted commas, so I think that says everything, right? Keep your pussy's arsehole away from my cup in the morning. Not happening. platinum Patreon level. Oh god. I think you've made this up anyway. I think this is complete phooey. There's no such thing as cat shit coffee. Not happening. Not happening. You guys are having me on. Taking me for a fool. Right, 138 anima. Bonus XP. Negative. Oh, hang on. Let me make sure I don't log out of all of my accounts real quick. That one. Oh, why do these guys never have any health? You guys are useless. Oh god, now you guys are linking it to me. It sounds like it might actually be a thing. Oh dear. Hang on. Hang on. God damn, why do you people have access to Google? Hang on. Let's investigate. Let's investigate. What the hell is this? Right. The disturbing... yeah, whatever. Privacy settings, whatever. Captive civets are sometimes fed only coffee cherries, the fruit that produces coffee beans. In the wild, their diet includes fruit, insects, and reptiles. The disturbing secret behind the world's most expensive coffee. Kopi Luwak is made from coffee beans plucked from civets' feces. This is bad news for civets. Well, it's bad... Well, I guess they get nice food though, right? And, I mean, they're only stealing the cat's turds. Coffee cherry goes in, cat shit coffee comes out. Go down a bit, there's a picture. Hang on, is this TOS? Please hold. Please hold. No! No! They look like Snickers without the chocolate. Okay, hang on. Right. Right, so the world's most expensive coffee, and it's made from poop. Or rather, it's made from the coffee beans that are partially digested and then pooped out by some cat things. A cup of Kopi Luwak, as it's well known, can sell for as much as $80 in the United States. What? What? Now, for reference... Studied with partially digestive coffee beans used and collected from the wild. Looks like one of the natural fruit and nut breakfast bars. Get your protein in the morning with 100% natural cat shit bars. Oh dear. Okay, researchers from Oxford's University Wildlife Conservation Research Unit in London. Blah 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 blah. 50 wild civets held in cages at 16 plantations on Bali. The results published Thursday in the journal Animal Welfare paint a grim picture. Oh no. Well, glad these are just coffee beans. Alright, whoa. If I watch this, I'm absolutely getting copyright strike. Would you drink coffee made with animal poop? No. Ah, these ain't cats. These are not cats. What are these? What is this civet thing? What is it? I mean, it looks kinda like a cat. I don't know. I'm not sure I want to read this article, but they are cats. It's like a meerkat or a mongoose kind of thing. Yeah, it's not real. It's not. Oh my god, that's a big ass spider. How about no? Looks more like a raccoon. Yeah. Yeah, they've got that trash panda kind of look to them. Well, there we go. You learn something new every day, boys and girls. I'm never going to eat a granola bar ever again. And I'm not sure I can go anywhere near a Snickers. And if I'm honest, I think this is slightly putting me off cats. Don't try it with your house cat. Yeah, please don't feed your house cat coffee and expect a nice delicacy to fall out its butthole. It's not happening. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, well, yeah, thanks for that, boys and girls. That was a distraction that I don't think I really needed. Let's get back to Facebook gaming. Serious business here. Serious business. Feel sorry for the cat that's got to push that monstrosity out. Oh dear. Slip in a slip in a pill or something with it to ease the flow. Maybe they don't get milk, they get prune juice or something. Who knows? Wow, okay. Yeah, this has definitely taken slightly more than 2 minutes today. Thanks for that. Yeah, well pointed out. Congratulations. Little bit of Vaseline? No. Oh, wow, what a start to the day. I genuinely don't think I needed that, but okay. Sometimes crazy things happen. Right, let's just get these guys out there. Let's get them doing something. Suggestions to navigate this new version of Venture Plan. Do I want to try and send one companion per adventure? You kind of want to maximize the basic XP that you get. If it's a big XP mission, you probably want as many followers on it as you can. Because one mission that gives you 1,500 experience, if you put 5 dudes on it, that's like a good few thousand experience total that you're gaining. If you're disgusted by this, don't look up what you're eating on a daily basis. Yeah, this is why I don't read ingredients anymore. That thing's just wrong. Don't know why you're all grossed out. I mean, cheese is literally milk that's gone off. Alcohol is just fruit juice, wheat, barley that's started to rot. Yeah. Yeah, most foods, when you think about them, I mean, eggs in general, right? We eat fried eggs, we have boiled eggs, we have eggs about 12 different ways. When you think about it, eggs are pretty gross. Whoa, 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 there's a PTR update just now? How is that even possible? Quick, data mine it. If only I had data mine abilities. I have no idea how to data mine stuff. Honey is just bees ass juice. Oh god, we've gone off the deep end today. What's going on? New models for Arthas. This is what Wowhead's for, right? Wowhead does all of this shenanigans. Hang on. Well, there's nothing apparently. There's nothing on Wowhead to indicate something's a thing. Read my comment loud. Did you know that swallow's nest is considered a delicacy in Asia and can cost upwards of 100 USD for a single bowl? Swallow's nest? You mean like the... What? Outrageous. Outrageous. The nest? You know, where the birds, like... What? Yeah, let's change topic of conversation real quick. Patch 9.1 PTR hotfix for June 28th. And that was 8 hours ago. People saying there was an update like minutes ago. Maybe we'll jump on the PTR in a bit. I'm in no... I have spent my fair share of time on the PTR. I'm going to be honest. I would be thankful to see the back of the PTR. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm not very hungry. I'm not quite sure why that is. Oh yeah, the cat poo was the right side of the line. Yeah, true. Now we've crossed it. Now you guys have just lost your mind. Right, there's our mission tables done. Let's check the auction houses real quick. let's see if we've sold anything or we've been undercut on anything over on Turin Mill. Whilst that cancel scan is on the go, we'll replicate the same on Sylvanas. I'm only selling legendaries here at the moment anyway. About to go get me some Subway. Yes, I would like a bird's nest and cat poo Subway, please. Would you like wheat bread with that? Fuck off, I'm not a monster. I want to know who the first person to look at milk that had turned decided to try it out and thought, there's potential there. Yeah. This rotting milk tastes good. Right, first thing on my list is to fix my bags, because they are just outrageous. If I'm going to fix bags, I need to get all of these materials in the bank, which probably means my bank is also full, because there's only one reason why all of this is still in my bags, is because there's no room for it in the bank. So let's work out where the problem actually lies and let's fix it. We have too much random stuff. There's our problem. Too much random stuff. Reagent bank is full of heavy callous hide, like it should be. Oh, you guys can't even see this very well. Apologies, it's hidden behind my camera. But just imagine lots of heavy callous hide, in the region of about 5,000 of it. So I need to be converting some of this heavy callous hide into enchanted heavy callous hide, really. But that doesn't necessarily need to be done today. So we got bit of space. We can. How are we going to do this? There's lots of reagents that I don't particularly need in here. Having novice crafter's marks is fine. If it's soulbound stuff, sure, whatever. 6 pieces of twilight bark, just get out of here. Bunch of vendor mats, can't be selling those. They're like gold nowadays, or as good as gold. 2 sanguicells. Now, in theory, they'd be nice to. These things are nice to have, and I'll use them one day, but not today. Just taking up valuable real estate. What is this? A 6 league pack? Oh, we got abomination stitching stuff in the bank as well. 32 superior parts. I've got a bunch of these in my bags as well. Regular bank is looking a bit messy. What about let's designate a character to take some of the randomness away. How do we want to do this? I can actually stack things up. All of these should be stacking to 200 because I craft 200 of every gem just to use some of the gems, which will eventually in turn be switched into something else, but just not yet. Why do I have 700 Dreadfang Venom Sacks that I bought for 100 gold a piece? Oh god, I spent 70,000 gold on those a while ago, and I did it because Samadan told me to. It's his fault, I remember now. He was farming these things up. These are for switching between Scryers and Aldor in the Burning Crusade in Outlands. And I needed to do that to grab up some patterns. And I randomly bought 700 of these off the auction house and probably made somebody's day. Considering the average region daily sold is 1.2. So for me to buy 700, somebody was a very happy man. Although they're 150 gold a piece on my realm right now, so I could probably just flip them back out, but it would take me a month of Sundays to sell them, so... yeah, if in doubt, blame Samadan. That's very sensible. Very, very sensible. It is concerning that I have so much random bits of gear. I have a lot of random bits of gear. Anything sub 200 just needs to disappear. Literally, just get rid of it. But what I do need to work out is where I'm going to be sending all of my just random materials that I don't actually really need. On this character at least. Let's just send them to the bank character. And let's just get them stockpiled and stored somewhere. So, Coffee Club is our banker. Hang on, cancel scan real quick. So on them quite regularly. The thing is, people... 1,334 of them needed to switch faction, so they'll only buy them if there's that quantity. If you've only got 700 on the auction house, it's unlikely that they'll buy them. Wait until the TBC rep thing comes. But yeah, when it becomes Outlands time walking, then all of a sudden I'll sell them. Or I'll just use them. I'll do something with them. The main problem is not doing something with them for me. It's 5 item slots that I could really do with just actually having. But yeah, when have we got oh Jesus, where's my map? But where's the calendar button gone? Now I'm using LVR. I've genuinely got no idea where the calendar button's gone. How do I get the calendar button? Alright, whatever. Click on time. Oh, it's going to be down the bottom, right? Yeah, near the bags. Just make a new Iron Dwarf or something and make that a janitor toon where you just send stuff to. I've already got like 4 characters that do that for me. That they're all already just full of stuff. When's the next? We've got... Where are we? We're here. When's the next? June, July. Time walking event begins. It doesn't say which one though. Oh, Warlords of Draenor. August. Burning Crusade time walking. So that's when we'll sell them, or that's when we'll use them. It's early part of August. Boom. That'll do. That'll do. Did you see for Cataclysm Time Walking 9.1 they are bringing a pattern vendor for old world patterns that don't exist anymore. They can be purchased with time walking badges. Ooh. Ooh. I did not know. I guess for any of the vendors that got squished in the Cataclysm, then I guess that's quite cool. Let's get this stuff back on the auction house real quick. It's not for some time. Have you taken a look at this from the view of a goal maker? Change the domination content unlock schedule and what unlocks each week in patch 9.1. Ooh, no, that might be a good thing to have a little bit of a scout at for sure. Am I going to just turn into a React Andy today? Is that what we're going to do? Reacting to cat shit coffee and Wowhead articles all day. Ah, it's all good. All those vendors that drowned in Thousand Needles? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't like the new Thousand Needles. I preferred it before it got flooded. I've literally not sold anything. Fair. Right, so what do I never ever need on this character? Soul Dust, Rising Glory, Widow Bloom, Vigil's Torch, Marrow Root, Spinefish Piranha. Now, if I was sensible, I'd set up mailing operations for all of this shenanigans, but I can't be bothered. So, give me a break. Jaggle Clam Meat. Why have I got that? What? Get out of here. I got suckered into thinking that that was current content stuff then. I should probably level cooking as well, you know. Thinking about it. Should probably level cooking. Lace Strike ore I definitely do need. Pallid Bones I need. These are all stuff I do need. Shrouded Cloth, nope, out of here. Stitchings, blah 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 blah. Yeah, cool. Nightshade, nope. Fish, nope. Ore, we need the ore. Do we need the ore? We don't need the ore, really. Shadowghast ingots. Yeah, but I'm on the wrong character. I don't need the ore. Only if I'm prospecting it, which I'm not. Not yet, anyway. Lightless silk, we don't need none of that. Gems and stuff we can keep. Any other materials to send away? A lithium ore. Why have we got a lithium ore? We don't need a lithium ore. Oh, actually, we do need some of this for crafting gear occasionally, from time to time. Ah, whatever. I'll get it back later. I got a lot of Veiled Augment runes I should probably be selling. Nearly 200 Veiled Augment runes at this point. Should we get those on the go as well? Get those sold. 12 hours, cannot wait. I know. I'm getting very hype. Very hype. Eternal crystals, I don't need any of those. Right, that's all the materials out of the way. Now we can just clean up the rest of it. Only 200, Manthy Slacker. I'd save the augment runes for when Mythic opens, not normal and heroic. I mean, I'll just sell them. I just sell them. Profit in the bag today. I mean, I got them all for free. And I know that's like the anti-goal maker mantra, right? But I did genuinely just get them all from the mission table. You better start the mailing operation if you ask me. Yeah, I probably should. But I'm not gonna. Right, so what else have we got here? Gear-wise, what have we got? 2 of these maps. We need to go hand these maps in. Sure, fine, whatever. All these arboreal shards just go in the... I've got 3,500 arboreal shards kicking about. Wrap of Unity. Oh, there's a teleporty doodah. Right, let's work out what bits of gear I really don't need. Soulbound, see you later. What is this? Worgen Scored Chattels of the Aurora. This is Northrend crafted gear. Is it Northrend crafted gear? No, it's Northrend... Oh, it's Soulbound. Get rid of it. Misthide boots. That's crafted. That should be going on the auction house. What is this? Pattern. Living Dragon Scale Helm. That should be going on the auction house. Anything that should be going on the auction house, let's put up here for now, temporarily. I know watching me clean bags is like hella boring, but you're just going to have to live with it for a minute. I'm going to delete a gem, just because it's taking up an entire item slot. That's the level we're getting to now. Overflowing Ember Mirror. Downgrade all the way. All the downgrades. Hang on. Yeah, all the downgrades, get rid of it. Withergrove Shardling Trinket. Basically not an upgrade or a downgrade. I guess we'll keep that one for now. Ruined Band, we've got to keep that one. Random bit of gear that's a downgrade. 203. Downgrade. 194. Got to be a downgrade, right? Blade Sworn set. Want to keep my Blade Sworn set, although I want to put it in the bank though, because I'm never going to use it again. Do I really want to keep this? If I'm actually never... I'm probably never, ever going to use this set again, am I? I genuinely don't think I'm ever going to use it. Should I just sell this set, get rid of it? It feels gross because I dumped Anima into this to level some of it up. That was a terrible idea. I never should have done that. Engineering's broke even more in 4.11. Just open the window and get a TSM error. It's telling you something, right? It's telling you something. It's telling you that engineering should be ignored from a goal-making perspective. Just don't bother. I was going through the groups yesterday and I was looking at engineering again. I was just like, this is just so bad. Engineers had zero love. Literally zero love. Just make it so that you have 500 to 1,000 Alethium ore in your bank to craft gear, then send the rest to your mat keeper janitor dude. Yeah, I know. It's something I should do. There's a reason why I'm not doing it this moment in time, and it will make more sense soon. Did you get your TSM groups ready for 9.1? Not 100%, no. But I have got them ready for 4.11 and they're very, very easily upgradable for everything new that comes in 9.1. So they're as ready as they can be, put it that way. As ready as they can be. Random piece of raid finder gear, get rid of it. Couple of old bows, get rid of it. Another old bow, get rid of it. Okay. The purge is happening. Once we've got the purge of the bags, then we can do the purge of the materials. Hang on. There's some randomness in the middle here there. Scom Bracers of the Quick Blade. Why have I kept these? Get rid of them. Desolate Leather Legs, level 87. Now, in theory, I should be selling these. But for the moment, just get rid of them. I think I made these just for testing purposes. Just get rid of them. Get rid of them. Out they go. Yeah, it's a downgrade and it's soulbound. I'm never ever going to equip that ever again. Just get rid of it. Gone. Gone. We're good. Manthius, read chat. I am reading chat. Oh, play an ad. While you purge. Thank you, my man. Thank you. Quick 30-second ad, boys and girls. Easiest way to avoid ads. Hit that sub button. Buy it back and learn it first? What do you mean buy it back and learn it first? Oh, the crafted... No. Whatever. Right. Let the purge begin. I don't know what half of this stuff is. I genuinely don't know what half this stuff is. Anything that looks like gear that probably shouldn't be in here. Blackhound Bulwark of the Aurora. Moldraxus Zone Drop. Delete it. This is all 129 stuff. Ardenweald Zone Drop. See, these things do actually hold some value, believe it or not, which is gross. But when you get into Korthia, there's like 168 pieces or 169 or 170 or something drops as greens in Korthia, which is something to keep note on, that you can probably sell them. At least early days you'll sell them. Tomorrow's Factorio Day. WoW maintenance till 2 PM. What? What? Hold on. Hold on. What? I'm not having patch 9.1 launch day be bloody maintenance day. Braces, you hadn't learnt the item in your wardrobe yet? Oh, I see. I'll go take a little looky. I'll go take a little look. Hang on. Hang on. We need to check out this. No, wrong button. This button. Hang on. Where's the what's this blue tracker? Is this the official patch notes? Have we had official patch notes? Check that out in a minute. This week's maintenance schedule. World of Warcraft Shadowlands. Starts at 6 AM. This is going to be my local time as well. I think. Oh no. Oh no. The game's going to be offline from 6 till 2. 6 till 2. NA maintenance is 7 to 3 PM. Oh god. New drinking game, take a shot every time he says hang on. Your bags make me physically ill. Yeah, my bags are making me physically ill and that's why I'm fixing them. Oh no. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be an interesting stream. Do they not understand their audience? How are we supposed to go outside this game for 8 hours? Well, maybe we just stream at a different time then. Maybe I just do an evening stream tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. Hang on. Hang on is one though. Please hold is another. Alrighty then. That's minor annoying. Let's hope though, right, that they can let's hope that NA has a big delay because they fix shit. And then by the time they do the EU launch, they just press go and it's smooth. Let's hope. Let's hope. Tomorrow's stream, so how's the weather? We'll just sit, we'll just drink coffee and we'll chat. I'll just go hardcore React Andy tomorrow, if that's the case. Manthe, hang on. Manthe, please hold. Add it to the list. I'm glad you're keeping a list. We'll just play Boomers. Yeah, we'll just play Boomers for the entire stream. Nobody will have any channel points left. Nobody will have any channel points. You do genuinely have quite a list on the go there. There were some I disagree with. There were definitely some pet things. I do say that a lot. Pet, please do pet things. Manthe wants naked men. Oh dear. Okay, well this might mean it's a bit of an interesting stream till tomorrow. Jameson Stout Edition Ginger Ale, I'm good with that as a drinking game. Unlocks a customization option for your necrotic acolyte disguise. Should I not have just learnt that? Probably. Dark Moon tokens, Broken Isle recipe scraps. Assemble these into a something. I still need some of them, which is why I've never thrown them out. Pet stuff. Drums. Heavenly Drum. Play the instrument of Bastion, improving the performance and morale of nearby friendly players while outdoors in the Shadowlands. It's one of the Bastion things. Track all nearby creatures and objects that need infused rubies. I'd never go into Revendreth, but we'll do that one day. Admiral's Compass, that needs to stay there. Marks of Honor need to stay there. Secret Fish Goggles. I never did do the secret fishing. Let's play a quiz tomorrow. For every answer you get wrong, you have to delete a pet. Yeah, but what happens when it takes me like a whole hour to answer a single question? See, if you're trying to game the system, I can game the system too, you know? there are two sides to every story. Allow you to see what is hidden, but what's hidden will sometimes gaze back. Oh, I remember this thing. It's a stupid telescope thing that's just totally useless. Pexus crystals, onyx. See, there's loads of just trash in these. It's all stupid stuff that should be in the bank, really. Hence why it is in the bank. We got some enchants here for no reason. Let's get those enchants out there. We've got some materials that we should be doing something with, actually. Right, here we go. We're back on a gear situation. All this gear can probably just disappear now, can't it? We don't need any of this. This Blade Sworn gear, just poof, make it disappear. Wait, hang on. Shadebound Helm at 168, bind on equip. What? Why are these in my bank? These need to go on the auction house. Sell them. Assuming they're all bind on equip, they are. This was for me testing 168 stuff. Time limit is you got to take 8 minutes, you delete 2. Oh, now you're gaming the gamer's system. Echo Dave, good morning. What? Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. You mean to Google the answer? You need to clean out your pet collection, all 1 to 999 gold crap pets. Just get rid of all of the trash. Just get rid of the trash and then we can delete some good stuff. Is that what you're after? That's what you're really after. Dreadglaive, a 146 bind on equip weapon. Another one that I should really be selling. 146 bind on equip. Oh no, it requires level 60. Ugh, useless.
You just lost $5.
Hey, there we go.
Dave, 9.1 hype.
Yes, 9.1 hype. Yes, yes, yes. Appreciate it, my man. Thank you for the 2-month resub. Any other primers in chat? Any oilers? Any gifters? Today's the day. Feed page 76 to the Nomicon Nom to gain an additional. What the hell is that? See, this is what happens. Any random bits of just stuff I pick up, I just dump them in the bank. A Swift Spring Strider. Another Swift Spring Strider. These things are all over the place. Genuinely all over the place. I need to get my inventory in check. 190 downgrade rings. Get it out of here. 194 downgrade. Get it out of here. What is this? 184 downgrade. See you later. The item is so valuable. Hang on. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? What's super valuable? You've confused me now. I think that got everything. Some things are 9.0 stuff, mostly a placeholder. I'll take a little bit of a look at that in a minute, Vallegro. I think there's a 129 desolate leather item in your bags too, buried between the callous hides. I'll figure that out. I'll hunt it down. This thing, Blade Sworn, just get rid of it. This is a get rid of it. 207? Oh, we got 2 pairs of these. Oh, it's because it's World Boss drops. Means I've actually had an occasional drop from a World Boss. Check me out. Random trash, get rid of it. I apologise that this is probably not the most entertaining stream I've ever put on, but unfortunately, sometimes this maintenance just has to be done, you know. And I would rather be doing this before the patch than having to constantly struggle with never having inventory space come patch 9.1. Don't take 95% of what I say seriously. Fair enough. I will bear that in mind. I will bear that in mind. I am putting a lot of trust in Zygor to tell me if these items are upgrades or downgrades. If it's within 5%, I will probably keep it, but otherwise I just burn it. You just get rid of it at this point. Oh, don't you hate it when a sneeze comes and then it just disappears into thin air? Now my head feels all funny. Outrageous behaviour. So much trash. What are these? Trash, 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 trash. I've still got a Binding of the Windseeker here, look. For Molten Core. Go on, I'll keep that. Not throwing that one out. Armor Crafter's Commendation. Deliver to some dude as proof as your role in the Legion Fall campaign. Probably don't need that anymore. But maybe. Kil'jaeden's Burning Wish. I've still got random legendaries kicking about in the bank. My Heart of Azeroth. We'll get rid of that one day. Titan Strike. Eldora. Underlight Angler. I should probably still use this, you know. There's still use for this. Plus 15 fishing skill. Does the ability still work on the Underlight Angler? Does people know? So you're making maintenance by Zygor's advice? I thought you were... Oh. Shush. There must be still use for the Underlight Angler, right? Yeah, it does. Oh, that's cool. Instantly teleport to the nearest fishing node with 100 yards and a plus 15 fishing skill. I should almost keep that in my bags. Can't delete the Heart of Azeroth and it really annoys me. Can you actually just genuinely not delete it? Surely you must be able to. My Lobby level 139 Heart of Azeroth. Right, well that's what's this? 12 pieces of Windwall. Just go away. Don't want you. Spectracles allows the bearer to see into the ghost world of Shadowmoon Valley. No, go away. Lava Stone. No, go away. What is all of this random trash? Arcane runes. See, there'll come a day where I'll look back and I'll go, wow, I really wish I didn't delete those. But today, just no. Bear Tartar. Haven't we got Bear Tartar in our bags as well, even? Oh, it only stacks to 20. Ugh, gross. Just get rid of it. Noggin Fogger. Right, this is all the abominable stitching stuff. That's fine. What the hell is a spectral handkerchief? Do you know if I signed up for the 4.11 TSM beta last night? Should I have access to it now? I thought I read that they were giving everybody access. They gave everybody access that had already signed up. I don't know if you landed the right side of the cutoff or not. I mean, if you haven't, you can always skip the queue. But obviously that requires the aid of your credit card. What is there to buy with Stygia in 9.1? Well, almost the entire Death's Advance Quartermaster is based on Stygia still. So, the early days, you'll be buying what are known as Korthian armaments. They cost 1,000 Stygia each. They basically give you a random piece of item level 200 gear, but that piece of 200 gear can be upgraded all the way up to 233 eventually by just playing Korthia more. There's a couple of mounts that you can get. I think there's 2, maybe even 3 mounts that you can buy off the Death's Advance Quartermaster. 2,000 Stygia will buy you Crafter's Mark III pattern if you're into crafting. Bunch of stuff that you'll use Stygia for. Spectral Handkerchief is used for those sneezes that just don't come. Yeah, you're probably right. That probably makes a lot of sense. Alright, there we go. Now how's the reagent bank looking? Let's put all of these in the reagent bank for now, along with all of these. Eventually we'll just vendor all of this, but okay, there's our reagent bank full. Now to fill the regular bank. Is it worth upgrading the conduits before 9.1 with Stygia? No, I wouldn't bother. Honestly, unless you are trying to stay ahead of the curve, I wouldn't bother. Mainly because they're really expensive and they drop randomly from rare mobs in Korthia. So you'll pick up a few just passively by killing things in Korthia as a catch-up system. So no, I wouldn't spend Stygia on conduit upgrades now. Yeah, there's a catch-up system. So Stygia is a little bit easier to come by because you're just spending more time in Korthia and the Moor in general, because there's no time limitation on the Moor anymore. Yeah, I don't know where else I was going with that, but you'll be spending more. The entire focus of the patch is the Moor in Korthia, and without there being a time limit, you can just in essence be there all day. A lot of the annoyances of the Moor have just, been swept away. Which is good, because they were hella annoying. Right, at this point, when we get rid of all of this, and we do something with all of this... What's this key? Deathforge key. Opens the heavy iron portcullis in Deathforge. What the hell is that? It's a quest item. A quest item for what? Why have I got a random slave pens? No, let's clean everything. We're on a clean out, so we'll do a clean out. The black morass? No, we don't need any of this shenanigans. Don't even know why these quests are in my journal. The new conduit upgrade is not the same as the 226 one. No, there's a new variation of it that will take your conduits on to I want to say 256 maybe. But that's a new thing in 9.1. There's no way to really sort of do much regarding that. Battle of the Crimson Watch. Why have I got these quests? Just get rid of them. Don't want them. Netherstorm? No. We'll come back to doing all of that stuff once upon a time. Tournament. I want to keep my Valiant Seal. Because I really wonder if I... This takes like a couple of weeks to complete. This one's really annoying, so I'd never get rid of that one. Cool. Quest log done. We're getting places. We're getting places. No idea what this is, but I think it's part of the quest, so I won't delete it. Won't delete it yet. Oh, another random stack of callous hide. Sinstone fragments. Right. I think we're good. The bank is still not perfect. The bank still does not look pretty. But it's cleaner than it once was. Time to check Vallegro's grind sheet. Yeah, we'll have a little bit of a look at that now, I think, yeah. Let me go vendor this stuff and do something with this stuff. What we got in here? No, that's not meant to be there. That's not meant to be there. Oh, Zyph with a posture check. How we doing, fella? Are you back? Are you up and running for 9.1? I would hope so. There's gold to be made. There's definitely gold to be farmed. Legendaries to be crafted. Legendaries to be sold. Hell yeah. There we go. Hype's real. A thing just happened. Sure. This lot... What's the crafted Mr. Pandaria summon? What does it craft from? Don't know. Learn your items first. I did. I'd learn all of those. I'd learn all of those. Hang on. What is this doing here? That can get out of here. Delete. Right, there we go. That is a set of bags that is ready for 9.1. Yes, it is. We're going to neutralise our funds down to 1 million because there's no point having all of this gold on hand. 676,114 with, I guess, 72 of them. Send. 1 million gold. Clean bags, ready to rock and roll. I'd love to say empty mailbox, but it's really not. It's really not. Uh, 10 copper. You're right, get rid of the 10 copper. Oh, I can't... Doesn't it cost like 30 copper to send something? Damn. Scuppered myself. Oops.
You just lost $5.
Yo!
Two-shot TV.
Two-shot TV with a tier 2. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Make sure you have your Twitch connected to the Discord. And your perks will be ready and waiting for you. Thank you, thank you. Trade with an alt. Should I just go give somebody 10 copper? Find a random dude in Dalaran, give him 10 copper. Well, my bags were clean for about 3 seconds until I remembered I have a metric ton of Leystrite ore kicking about. Right, for now, callous hide goes in here because we need to upscale this to heavy callous hide. And while we take a little bit of a looky at Vallegro's sheet, we'll start mass prospecting some of this. So, dual crafting, mass prospecting, go. Now, where's my Discord gone? In fact, before we do this, I'm going to go grab myself a drink, boys and girls. I didn't really get much coffee this morning because of reasons, so I definitely need to go get myself a drink. Occupy yourselves for 2 minutes, and then we'll look at Vallegro's little 9.1 checklist cheat sheet thing that if we'll see if we can pilfer some of it, give him some credit for it, and put it in the main cheat sheet. Yeah, a whole bunch of lace strike. Oh, I've got way more than this. I've got somewhere in the region of 40,000 lace strike kicking about that I've bought for sub 10 gold, which doesn't sound like a great deal right now, but we'll see what happens. Haley with the redeem an ad. Yes, thank you. I will throw an ad up ever so quickly. I'll be back in 2 minutes, boys and girls. Alrighty, who got a really annoying ad? An ad of interest? Who got themselves an ad for patch 9.1? I saw some ads for patch 9.1 the other day. Blizzard are at least doing some advertising. Only ever get ads for WhatsApp nowadays? Ads for WhatsApp? Never thought that something like WhatsApp really needed to dump much into marketing. Have you found a way to get TSM to get correct crafting costs for base legendaries of different ranks, or is it still work in progress? TSM 4.11 is in beta right now. Meaning, if you sign up for beta access, you might be lucky enough to just be given it. Alternatively, if you wish to skip the queue, if you're a TSM Premium member, you get instant access to it. How do you import the Pastebin profile here? I know how to do groups, but I don't see where to import this. Well, the Pastebin is just a big old bunch of code. You copy the code and you go TSM import and just paste the code in. It should be some, it says in the Discord, it should be some ludicrous amount of groups and operations and items and stuff. Something along the lines of groups, import group. Just paste the code into here. And you'll get basically this. Am I using the right profile? Oh, I'm actually using my Shadowlands Patreon profile right now. So when you import it, it will look basically like this. But it's, for the most part, ready to just rock and roll. Prices for augment runes are at 540 gold per piece. Would you say it's going to go up in the next few weeks? It might go up, it might go down. It might go up because, you know, the demand for them will go up, but it might go down because lots of people are waiting to sell them. I mean, to be fair, 540 gold for Veiled Augment Rune right now is crazy good. Just sell them. Like, honestly, just sell them. I wouldn't wait with things like that. Just get them gone. Any gold is better than no gold. Yeah, I like when questions like that arise, I tend to I answer the question with another question. Like, would you like this $10 banknote, or would you like this scratch card that may make you $20? Which one would you rather have? Either take the $10 now, that's a guaranteed $10, or a scratch card that might make you $20. It's kind of like, then it's when you look at it from that perspective, it's genuinely just your choice. Spend the $10 on scratch cards. Well, there we go. There's the loophole. We found the loophole. Good effort on finding loopholes. It's the Valor and the Servitude we're not really interested in. Torment and Rebirth, though, we're very interested in. They're the big ones for us. Anyway, let's let that do its thing in the background. Let's take a little bit of a looky at Vallegro's cheat sheet thing. Oh, it's an XLS. Okay. I think I only have OpenOffice. I'm sure it'll work with OpenOffice. I ain't paying no Microsoft money. I ain't paying Microsoft monies when, I mean, you know, when Google Docs is free. Right, what have we got going on here? So, oh, okay, so this is just Vallegro in essence is tracking his characters, what they craft, where their renown situation sits, renown 44, yes or no. Have they got their 17 mission table followers? Intro quest in need of assistance. What's the intro quest in need of assistance? Oh, is that the one to get into Korthia? Yeah. Spreadsheet Master doesn't have Excel? Nah. I'm faffing about with Excel. Don't be silly. Pay for shit whenever. You don't have to pay for something when 90% of it's free. Okay, then we have, oh, so this can be a daily checklist. Mission table check 1, 2, or 3. I like this. I like this. The more calling. Yeah, getting your callings out the way. World quest round trip, 3 times daily Korthia quest, rep tokens from Korthia dailies. Okay, this is not a bad sort of tick list. There's some... you could trim a lot of this down, I think. But actually, no, I think for the most part this makes sense. Rep and soul. Soul ass. Soul ass? Soul ash, maybe. Not a typo. Soul ass. What it is. Fair enough. Getting your Death's Advanced rep, getting your Archivest Codex rep. Yeah, this sort of stuff works relatively nicely. For me, I've only got 4 characters on the go. Or at least I've only got 4 on Sylvanas. 2 on another. But yeah, I guess this kind of works. I'm trying to think if there was any sort of changes or other things I would throw into it. This is one of those things though, right, that I just forget to update stuff like this. And it's only valuable to you for as long as you remember to keep updating it. That's the thing, right? Put it up on Discord if you like. Yeah, I mean, if people want to use this, they can use this. Make sure let's Valegro, can't you post it on Discord? Wouldn't it make more sense if you post it on Discord? Then you get some credit for it, you know. Can you do you even have the ability to do that? I don't even know. You may not have the option to upload. Let's take a little bit of a look. Where do you want it? Wherever you would rather it be more useful. In the goal making channel is probably the suggested. In the goal making channel, or if you want to make it only available for subs or whatever, put it in the Goblin corner, whichever. Goal making channel probably makes sense though. You should be able to link it in the Discord. Let me know if you can't. No, I'm asking you, Mr. Slacker. I'm waiting for the torrent of character tracking spreadsheets to enter Discord now. I would yeah, this is something I've used in the past. It's not something I've really done all that much, but I try not to make... I have the opinion that if I try and do things like this, personally, it becomes too much of just a chore to do stuff. I do stuff because I need to fill a box on a spreadsheet, which it takes away... It turns into more of a grind than I prefer. But I know some people like this sort of stuff to know that, oh, maybe I should be doing X, Y, and Z in some sort of priority. No, that's quite cool. That's quite cool. I might, like I said, Valegro, throw it up in Discord if you can. If not, I'll take a little look at it and do it later off stream. It was good though. It was good. How are we getting on with this mass prospecting? Oh, we're getting there. We're over 100 of the 100 essences. Nice, nice, nice. It's more about knowing what characters you've done X, Y, and Z on. Yeah, I guess that's kind of helpful. There's a bunch that what's it's called? Saved Instances or something. There's an add-on called Saved Instances, I think, where originally I think it was designed for that exact purpose, to tell you on which characters you're saved in certain instances. But I think you can customize it a little bit more nowadays to track other things. Got TSM 4.11, but it doesn't show the crafting price for different ranks of base legendaries. It takes the crafting cost of the rank 1 per default and shows me blanks for higher ranks. Is this a me problem, or was it not implemented yet? Well, if you've only just installed TSM, you need to check that TSM even knows what those things are. So you need to make sure you open your profession windows using the TSM window as well, by the way, not just the default one. Open the actual TSM window so it can scan what you have, and then do a refresh just to make sure that it's all saved and stuff. Yeah, with stuff that you've already crafted, it takes a little bit more legwork to teach TSM what those things actually are and where they came from. All the more so if you happen to have different accounts as well. If you have, like I have multiple accounts, I have accounts that do my selling for me. I have 2 auction house accounts right now for different realms. And I have my main account where I, craft things and play the game. I sometimes have synchronization issues because I'm running different accounts. But if it's all on one, just make sure that you've opened your profession windows and give TSM the opportunity to learn what all of the things are. Do you know how many Korthite crystals on average you can get per day? I try to break it down more to a per week basis, because you could get some one day, you could not get any the next day. So I look at it from the point of view of how many Korthite crystals you'll likely get in a week. Now, based on testing on the PTR over the last few weeks, it looks something a little like this. Where is it? Crafting Legos in 9.1. So this is just my Shadowlands cheat sheet for reference, which is always pinned in the Discord, so make sure you jump into the Discord. This has loads of fun stuff you can do for goal making. But Korthite crystals with minimal effort, so just banging out nothing but the daily quests, you're likely to get yourself about 5 a week. There's 3 daily quests at the beginning of Korthia. So 3 times 7 is 21. Out of those 21 daily quests, you'll probably get 5 Korthite crystals as an average. But you can also get Korthite crystals from rares and treasures. So if you not only do your dailies, but also do a bit of a lap and pick up some treasures, kill some rares, you can probably double that amount. And if you go absolutely ham and kill everything every day and gather everything you possibly can every day, you might end the week with about 20 Korthite crystals. But this is probably not recommended unless you only actually plan to play one character. If you've got alts, it's much easier to do the minimal effort on a couple of characters than go hardcore on all of them, But yeah, not a lot of them. Not a lot of them. Sir Coffeebot seems to have gone absolutely loopy at the moment. You ask him for a Discord and he links it to you twice. No idea why it's happening, why that's happening. Apologies in advance on that one. There's 2 of them. It linked it 3 times. Yeah, I think he's got a bit of a caffeine rush on the go. But yeah, it's a more simple approach to get the bare minimum Korthite crystals if you've got alts, than it is to really try and do too much. How far are we getting? A couple of minutes left on the rest of this prospecting. If I can get myself another... Well, what is it? It's like 40 essences or something for a rank 4. I'm trying to work out what the crafting costs are going to be for the rank 5s and 6s. I need to work those out. I was wondering actually, and I know we're basically in patch 9.1 already, but I was wondering if I really need to do any upgrades to the cheat sheet for the legendaries, because for the most part the leveling process is exactly the same. It's not really changed. I mean, because this cheat sheet was originally designed to give you an indication of what it would cost you to level based on a ideal path. So the optimal way to get to rank 4 is to craft 15 of the ranks 1, 2s and 3s. Now that's optimal from the perspective of you're just trying to craft the least amount of legendaries to minimize the possible cost. But in reality, you make 15 rank 1s because that's the only way to unlock rank 2. You then try and sell those while selling a couple of rank 2s at the same time. And you'll probably find that you'll actually end up selling more rank 1s and crafting more rank 1s and selling those as a way to unlock rank 3. You never often go exactly 15, 15, 15. But the actual leveling process is exactly the same. To unlock rank 4 is going to be the same sort of cost. It's not going to be for a while that there'll be any possibility of using these Vestige of Origins to rank up cheaper, I don't think. Simply because these Vestige of Origins are going to be so expensive. But I think if we start to see... I'll take a few days and I'll take a little bit of a look at what the Corethite Crystal prices are doing. And if I feel it's going to be essential, I might tweak these a little bit. Seems like a bad idea to go hard on hoarding crafting mats to craft Legos. The real bottleneck is going to be Coretheia crystals. I would imagine that they will be a bit of a bottleneck, but that's still not to say that the other materials are not going to be valuable. They will still you forget most of the materials hold their value based on how difficult they are to gather, less so on the demand for them. Like Heavy Callous Hide, for example, even on the Shadowlands beta, I said it would be about 300 gold a piece. Because I just knew roughly what people would average. I knew what roughly people would consider a good use of their time. And I knew roughly how much Heavy Callous Hide you'd get in an hour. And from there, it's just simple maths to work out, right, well, if I can get all of these things in an hour, then what do I want to get for all of those things in terms of gold to make it worthwhile me doing? And so hence working out the value of leather prices wasn't too difficult. And I got it almost spot on with Heavy Callous Hide. Now, admittedly, it started a lot more expensive because the demand was ludicrous for it. But eventually it came down to a point where there was plenty enough of it. It was just never going to go much lower than 250, 300 gold in most cases, because any less than that, it's just not worth people going out and farming it. Phaedra Moor, for example. What was Phaedra Moor's example? Phaedra Moor, you know full well that you can only get X amount of it in an hour's worth of farming, and so that sort of dictates its price a little bit. Now, obviously, the problem with things like herbs and ore, specifically, and we even saw this with leather, was that if it's botted, that time completely goes out the window. And it will just go down and down and down and down and down in price. My realm yesterday, there were 40 plus 190 cloaks for under 10 gold. Power leveling gone mad. Yeah, probably. I think that the cape and the ring, well, the cape for sure. The cape is going to be so competitive. While I think 50% of the people are going to want the cape, I'm finding it very hard to believe that people will make a lot of money selling them, because they'll just be too competitive. Basically, 50% of the player base now wants two legendaries. They want the cloak or they want the ring, and that's half of the player base. Which means the Cloak and the Ring are probably going to be super competitive. And what does super competitive usually mean? Minimal profit. The gold with legendaries will be made by selling everything else that isn't those, I think. Which is why I'm kind of happy that I've got rank 4 in everything. Because it means, in theory, I can, without huge expense, craft any single legendary anybody ever wants and have it listed. And that it would probably mean I'll have less competition in those off-meta pieces to be able to make a lot more gold out of them. Rank 4 cape was reset on my server yesterday to 40k. It's already down to 11 again today. Over 350 of the capes are now on the auction house as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think people are catching on. And it's funny though, right? That we've kind of seen this coming for a long time. But you forget the general player base is reactionary. So they do things when it's, you know, when they see the change happen rather than seeing the change in advance. I want my essence. I might keep the essences in my bags, you know, just so I know exactly how many of them I've got. Have I got any in the reagent bank? Yes. It's not as many essences as I'd like. That is, what have we got? 500 Essence of Rebirth. That's only 500,000 gold worth. That's not even 500,000 gold worth of Essence of Rebirth. 500 is what, 10 rank 4s? Or in turn, what could be 10 rank 6s? Is it 40 for the rank 4? I believe it is. Where's rings and necks? 25 for a rank 3. So that's 50. I've got enough essences to make basically 50 rank 5s. Already. Is that right? No, 20 rank 5s, sorry. 20 rank 5s with the materials that I currently own. Oh, not even, because I've not got anywhere near as many. Why have I got so few Essence of Torments? Oh, that's frustrating. Well, luckily, I have a metric ton of Sinvir ore and Phaedrum ore. So, if in doubt, we prospect hard. 40 for a rank 4, yeah. 40 for a rank 4, or in essence, 40 for a rank 6 as well. But obviously, you've got to add, 42 for a rank 6 by the time you add the Vestige of Origins. Because you need 2 for each of that. Or I might even make my Vestige. We'll see what works out cheaper. But I think in the grand scale of things, it doesn't matter. Vestige of Origins, as long as you're not making them with tailoring, I think you're okay. Vestige of Origins are going to be outrageously expensive for tailors, but more than manageable for everybody else. To be honest, I think people that didn't have cloaks at rank 4 aren't really going to be any tough competition. So I wouldn't worry about those goblins. Yeah, the people that are going out of their way to power level legendaries like 2 days before, I don't see them as really much competition because I know full well their initial crafting cost was bonkers. Bonkers. They're going to want to be making like hundreds of thousands of gold profit on every rank 5 that they sell. I'll sell rank 5s for 10k profit and be happy with it because I'm not recuperating any leveling costs. So I'm like, or most goblins, I would imagine, most people listening to the stream right now are probably way ahead of the game in that regard. What's cheaper, Vestige through tailors or jewel crafters? Oh, absolutely jewel crafting. Tailoring's ridiculous. Tailoring was balanced based on NA prices, and that's why it's wrong. The material use for the tailoring vestige of Origins was balanced based against the NA's Lightless Silk price, which was a bad decision because the NA Lightless Silk price was not reflective of what the actual market should have been. But yeah, if you power level now, you're a bit... Well, yeah, if you're power leveling now, you're spending literally twice as much as what somebody has spent over the last couple of months slowly chipping away at it. Mind everything, save about 100 Alethrium to power level plate belts this week. Yeah, belts are another one. Shadowgas belts, for sure. Those that power level now and in the last 2 weeks will get bored pretty soon. Yeah, this is the thing, right? Most people are not aware that, or even those that are aware don't really understand the ins and outs of it. That getting the gold together, crafting the items, is literally only 10% of the work. The other 90% of the work is selling those items that you've crafted. And that's the real problem, right? As soon as people realise that they're going to have to camp the auction house for 8 hours a day to sell their legendaries that they've crafted, they're going to peace out real quick. Real quick. They will cut their losses and they'll be out of there. A lot of people saw those Reddit threads, made 100 mil and think, wow, easy gold. They don't realise that those people were spending 16 hours a day cancel scanning. Yeah, people made 100 mil, but they put a lot of effort into doing it. Without question. Dropped about 1 million gold in preparation, some mats, some power leveling. To be honest, the legendaries won't be as profitable as the catch-up gear. I don't think legendaries will be anywhere near as profitable in 9.1 as they were in 9.0. Not even remotely as close. People turned 20 mil into 160 mil in patch 9.0. I don't think that same thing will happen again. Mainly because there's only 2 ranks. The Korthite crystals will be the bottleneck. They'll only be the bottleneck for 4 weeks, I would say. The length of the legendary game won't be as big this time. Not in my opinion, anyway. A lot of times I just get them the rank 1 just to get them the power. Yeah, see, this is somewhat of a sensible way to do it, right? That we discussed this in quite a lot of detail before Shadowlands even came out, that rank 1s will always sell because people just want to get access to the legendary power. Now, admittedly, you can buy a rank 1 for about 10 pence at the moment, but they're basically free. But it's true to say that rank 1s will always sell because people just want the power. So many smaller goblins going bankrupt trying to level Legos, and I'm just chilling, making 50k a profit on alchemy. Yeah, there's the carrot at the end of the stick is really shiny with legendaries, and a lot of people are trying to reach for it, but they don't realise quite how long that stick is. Because, like I said, crafting the legendaries and even affording to craft the legendaries is genuinely only half the problem. It's what you then have to do to sell those legendaries that is the stumbling block. And we have to remember that this will make a significant difference. Trade School Master's part of the game now for legendaries. Trade School Master's part of the game for Crafter's Mark gear. One of the biggest stepping stones for people getting into legendaries was how the hell do they get TSM set up to do it. Now it's if you've got TSM 4.11, easy mode. Easy mode. Be a silver goblin, get it done for you, press go. Now I'm sorry if I'm part of the problem there, but it's kind of true. If somebody's out there to buy a TSM profile, I'd rather they buy mine than somebody else's. What's Crafter's Mark 4 and tailoring gated behind? How do you get it? It's the Archivist Codex. It's the second faction in Korthia. The second faction in Korthia is basically a mini archaeology game, I suppose. You when you're on Korthia, you gather fragments. You turn those fragments into catalogued research points, and with enough points, you can buy the pattern. It'll be a few weeks before you'll be able to get it, though, just because there is a touch of time gating in place for it as well. Alchemy on my servers and on a lot of servers is very packed. When the raid comes out, it'll be shown how many alchemists there are. Alchemy is all about getting your herbs cheap. Like 90% of alchemy is about getting your herbs cheaper than your competition. If you get your herbs at a cheaper price than your competition, you win with alchemy, because you instantly price them out of the game, because it's all about selling quantity. You instantly price them out of the game. In the height of alchemy season, you're probably lucky to make more than 10 gold on a potion. But your endeavour is to make sure that your selling price of potions is less than the crafting cost of somebody else's. If you can do that, you win alchemy all day long. But the effort has to be put into buying your herbs at the right price. And you'll notice what I said there, buying your herbs at the right price. You do not farm your herbs for alchemy. And you can, but then you're basically just a farmer in disguise. Like, you're never going to make more than that farmer was making in the first place. And at that point, you should probably just be farming the herbs and selling them to another alchemist. Save you the time and effort of crafting the potions in the first place. Anyway, we need to jump on to character number 2, though. This dude is done. This dude is done. He is ready. He's ready to rock and roll. All short of maybe making a bit of gear later today, he is good to go. Absolutely. So I feel relatively confident that we can just park him over in Oribos and let him get ready. Or we'll go to the seat of the Primus. Or should we go to... We'll go to Oribos, actually. We'll go to Oribos. We'll log him off in Oribos. He's ready to rock and roll. I almost went to Borealis then. That was force of habit. BFA was catching up with me. Oh dear. Oh dear. How much Covenant, Campaign and Renown do alts need to get to Korthia? You need to have done the Covenant intro quests, and then you're good. Easy mode, right? Jack, how we doing? Welcome, welcome. I will have a drink on your behalf, thank you. Do appreciate it. Right, this dude is done. Log out. Happy. Get cancel scan on the go in between characters. Oh, we were going to look at the... hang on. Before we get too distracted by squirrels. We were going to take a look at the launch schedule. Valegro linked it to me earlier, and I've now lost it. Was it on the live section of Wowhead? It probably was. There was a launch schedule. Content unlock schedule. What unlocks when? This is what we were going to look at. Will you change your coffee bean redemption during dry July? Why do you think it's going to be a dry July? Dry July is not a thing. Right, we'll take a little look through this in a minute. Let me get these cancel scans on the go. Make sure our auctions are in place. I was going to do a recraft of legendaries today, but then I remembered all this shenanigans with the stupid sockets. Stupid socket. I don't particularly want to go off on a rant about these stupid legendary sockets. Because whilst people are rejoicing in the fact that they fixed it, it doesn't fix it for crafters. It still fucks crafters. The base items should never have sockets on them. If you're going to get a socket when you upgrade or create a new one anyway, the base item doesn't need a socket. It just means we're going to have base items with sockets and base items without sockets, instantly devaluing the base items without sockets. Stupid Blizzard. Is Dry July not a thing on your side of the world? Honestly, July is the month where I probably drink the most. Because it's summer. It's the sole reason why I haven't restocked all this week and I'm just selling my current stock. Yeah, I know, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. In before you sell the legendary with a socket for 20k more? Well, maybe, but I will be listing them regardless. I'm not going to differentiate between them when it comes to listing them. Mainly because I've just made my TSM groups to not have to do that. Hang on, how have I got almost 800? Oh, because I was like, where did 800,000 gold come from? Yay, I sold a Shadowgast ring for 93,000 gold. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, I can't even begin to tell you how much profit is in that. Some do a dry January here in Sweden. I tend to try and do a dry January because Christmas is often very wet, let's put it that way. Wait, you're trying to tell me that new base Legos crafted after 9.1 will have sockets, but the ones which are still crafted in 9.05 will be without sockets after creating the final product? No, whether there's a socket on the base item or not doesn't make any difference to what happens to it in the end. That's the point. It's totally pointless. By definition, it's 100% pointless. Whether you buy a base item with a socket or a base item without a socket, if it's in one of the socket qualifying slots, which is your head, your... I can't even remember which ones are, but the five things where you can have sockets, right? Blizzard have basically decided that, right, well, we don't want you to be grinding for a socket on your legendary. The legendary should just come with a socket. Now, there's only 5 gear pieces that can have sockets in the first place in Shadowlands. Head, neck, chest, belt, and ring. Yeah, there we go. So it's 5 slots, 6 technically, because you have 2 rings. But so you've got the five pieces. Your legendary, when you either craft a new one or you upgrade an existing one, boom, magic, out of nowhere, it will appear with a gem socket on it. But it means there's going to be 2 different variations of the base items. Those that are old and were created before 9.1, and any new ones that are created after 9.1. For some reason, they feel the need to put the bloody socket on the base item, which is so dumb. Will they list as different things? Does TSM differentiate them, meaning you'll need to manually post? Well, head, shoulders, knees and toes? Yeah, exactly. Well, it depends, right? If you've got TSM 4.11 and you're using my groups and operations, then you won't have anything to worry about because it will just post them regardless. It posts by item level rather than by things on it. We hope. Now, this has all happened so last minute, who knows what happens. But as it stands at the moment, it should just work. Oh my god, still got more lacerite ore. Should probably prospect this as well. I doubt TSM even accounts for this since it was just announced. Well, hopefully the new TSM, the fact that you can group things up based upon item level, it means it just ignores secondaries, tertiaries, and bonuses. It just ignores them. It just looks at the item level and posts them based on that, which is how I have my group set up. So there's a blue post from 4 hours ago that said they fixed the issue you were looking at yesterday, that you needed to recraft legendaries to have a socket. So now you can just upgrade it. Yeah, that's absolutely incredible. That's absolutely incredible from an end user perspective. It still fucks over crafters. The base items have no place having sockets on them. It's just going to confuse buyers of base items, which in turn means it's going to still bend over the crafters that have, you know, if you've power leveled legendaries over the last month or so, you've got a guild bank full of legendaries that are arguably worth, in the eyes of the person who's going to buy them, less than somebody that crafts them tomorrow, which is stupid. You don't need a base item that's crafted in 9.1. It doesn't matter if you buy a base item with or without the socket. The result is the same. This is my point. It's pointless. It's pointless. Is it still 400 lightless silk for a tailoring Vestige of Origins? Can't see that going live if it is. It's still... It was balanced based on NA lightless silk prices, not EU prices. And it was balanced at a time when NA lightless silk was broken. So yeah, there's a bit of a problem there, but it's another example of Blizzard want feedback and then don't listen to it when it's given. But sure. Do I have any more Shadowgas rings kicking about that are pre-crafted? Because, you know, if we do, we might as well. Any of these 235? I assume it was a 235. It was a 235 we sold. So, just out of interest, Grim-Veiled Cape. Grim-Veiled Capes, 235s have been reset up to 45,000 gold a piece. 45,000 gold a piece. Why does my profile not have crafting costs for any of the... Oh, because I have to click on them and highlight them first because they're just dummies. Ugh. Interface is terrible. Costs me... this is fun, right? It costs me... It's not going to cost everybody. It costs me 6,000 gold to make one of these. They're being listed for 45 right now. Play on EU, that'll be fun. You just want to combo up tailoring with something that's not tailoring. You want to just pick another profession, even if you don't level it up, just so that you can get the Vestige of Origins made with something else. If you prospect on the Leystrike, what do you do with the useless gems? Still got 20 to 30k each of them from the start of Shadowlands. Honestly, just vendor them. It sounds gross, right? But you just end up with too many of them. If you're prospecting to get essences, you will always have way too many gems. So just vendor them. You get 2 gold 50 a piece back for them. There's not really... There are other things you can do with them, but not without adding even more gold and even more time and even more effort for a minuscule extra reward. Just vendor them. mean, don't vendor all of them. Keep a supply of them for crafting gems, for making crafters marks, that sort of thing. But if you go above 10,000 of each, it's relatively safe to just vendor them. Shadowgas rings, 100k at the moment. That'll do. That'll do. This is why I love my realm. I would imagine if I was to look at this through TSM, there'd be about 3 people listing these. Lots of people kicking about at the low level. By the time we get to 235, I probably know every name on this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 7 different people listing 235s. Let's keep it that way. Just wait a bit, use them for item level 200 next rings. These should go for a nice price. True, they probably will. I mean, that's still not going to make a dent in the actual stockpile that you'll have of them, though. Like I said, save, I don't know, 10,000 of each of them or something silly. But anything over that amount, just vendor. Oh, Bone Shattered Gauntlets. We sold some Bone Shattered Gauntlets for 54,000 gold. They only cost me 20 to make. Go on. This is why we do our cancel scans. Did you make TSM groups for the new legendaries? I've prepped the groups. I can't put them in the. I can't put the items in the groups yet, but they're set up. Yes. Bought 15 225 necks for 1,500 gold a piece yesterday. Yeah, it's weird, right? People are still dumping the necks, not realizing that they're not as ridiculously in demand as the rings. But, I mean, they're still worth something. I won't do a cancel scan on everything. I'll just do a sneaky cancel scan on the Legos. Cancelling to repost at reset price. Where's my material price changed for that to occur? Can't work it out. My material price has changed somewhere. Right, let's get these up real quick. Once these are up, we'll take a little bit of a look at the content release schedule, as I feel that will be. If we look at it from a goal making perspective, there'll be some good info in there for people, I think. Do you think we'll have a world first rank 6 wearer? You looking at me? There will be one. I mean, there has to be one, right? It's just whether it's documented and milked for content. we might milk it for content. To do that, you know, I'd have to farm Soul Cinders like an absolute madman and do Torghast like religiously, and I'm nowhere near dedicated enough to do that. Where's it gone? This one. Right, so let's take a little look then. Chains of Domination content unlock schedule. This was posted a couple of hours ago. What unlocks each week in patch 9.1? Let's take a little bit of a look at this from the perspective of a goal maker. See what is going to be of significant interest to us. So we got Korthia come in week 1. There's some daily/weekly quests out in Korthia. There's the rare spawns, and there's the 2 factions to get going with, both the Death's Advance and the Archivist's Codex. Now, Death's Advance is the more short-term gain in terms of Death's Advance hold the recipe for Crafter's Mark III. So you want to get to Honoured with Death's Advance as fast as possible. By my testing, and some other people doing some testing helping out with it, you cannot get Honoured in the first week. So you're not going to get Crafter's Mark III till at least the second week. But if you do keep up with reputation with these guys, early bird catches the worm. There's plenty of stuff to get on board with that. The Archivist Codex, though, is a bit more of a long-term grind. They hold the pattern, the Crafter's Mark IV, basically. But it's going to be another week or 2 after before you can even possibly get that. So there's a little bit more room for a bit of wiggle room in there, really. You don't have to be quite so religious about doing everything with them. There's Mantis drinking wine on stream again, getting his game on. Yes, yes. Now, what's next? When players reach Honoured with Death's Advance, they can learn the recipe for Vestige of Origins needed to upgrade legendaries to rank 5 and 6. In addition, some legendaries will No, this is wrong. This is why we can't always trust Wowhead. This is why you can't always trust Wowhead, because this is wrong. This is not the requirement, although the game indicates that it is. So I see why this is an easy mistake to be made. But any character that has a legendary crafting profession, in week 2 they will do the campaign. I can't for the life of me remember what the campaign is called. Something about a sigil that basically takes you to the Rune Carver and you do shit with the Rune Carver. And that's when you gain an item called the Tome of Origins, which in turn will teach you how to create Vestige of Origins. After you've done that, the Vestige of Origins will be available for purchase again, if you ever need it again in the future, from the Death's Advance Quartermaster once you reach Honoured. I believe this is probably designed so that those that already have the professions and have already skilled up their legendaries, they have a guaranteed way of getting the Vestige of Origins, and everybody gets it at the same time. If you're late to the party, if you're doing the quest line, if you complete the quest line before you've even leveled up your legendaries and you don't get the item as a reward for the quest, you have another way of still getting it later down the line. So it's not only gated by campaign quest, it's also available on this vendor, like Wowhead is indicating. So, I mean, they're not wrong, but it's not the whole story. If you already have legendaries, you'll be doing the last sigil campaign quest in week 2 once you hit Renown 44, and you'll just get given the pattern for the Vestige of Origins on completion. So, slight tweak there. All the class changes are going to be implemented, including class tuning for new PvP talents. This will just affect gearing in general. The Mythic Plus rating system and in-game score will be visible at 9.1's launch, ahead of the new Mythic Plus season. I'm going to be really interested to see just how quickly people learn how to game this. I'm relatively sure this whole Mythic Plus rating system, somebody will work out a loophole to completely game it. Torghast updates are going to be live. This includes the removal of the death counter. No longer can the Tarragrue hunt you down, so you basically can't fail Torghast. You just can't unlock new things until you at least do a certain skill in Torghast. There's a revamp to the torments themselves. There's a box of many things progression system, basically a little talent tree for your Torghast runs, and there's a replacement scoring system. You unlock new layers of Torghast based on this scoring system. You need a minimum score to unlock the next one. They are indicating that layer 9 of Torghast will become available, awarding Soul Cinders, which can go towards rank 5 and rank 6. You can't always trust Wowhead. Oh dear. Well, unfortunately it's true. But for the most part, 99% of the info they give out is correct, so you can't shoot them down too much. One area that they seem to really struggle with is the goal-making side of things and the crafting and the professions. They never get that right, but that's why I'm here. Players will be able to progress up to Renown 43 and unlock a new Soulbind row. What they also don't say in this is that within week 1 there'll be a sort of a super catch-up Renown system in place. We're not entirely sure exactly how it works. It seems to be rumoured that instead of getting 1 Renown for doing a thing, whether it be a killing the last boss in a dungeon, whether it be a calling, whether it be a campaign quest, whatever the case may be, instead of getting 1, you will get 2 as a catch-up system until you get to Renown 40, and then 40 onwards will be kind of like how it was at the beginning of the game. 2 or 3 Renown each week, and until you hit 80. The Darkmoon Fair being back in town means that players can take advantage of the reputation buff with the new factions. This, while I don't feel it's going to have much of a short-term benefit, if you really want to be the first person on your realm to be able to get Crafters Mark III and start selling item level 200 crafted gear, take advantage of this. If you really want to be the first and to be able to set the prices on your realm, every little advantage you can get when it comes to that reputation, even if it only gives you like an hour head start. Like the person that gets to craft those items first will set the price for them. And if that person is you, set the bar high. This is item level 200 gear. If you're selling it, if you're listing it for any less than 25,000 gold, if you're the first person, I'm going to slap you with a wet fish. Like when you're the first person to the market, you need to set a really high price. I was AFK and got tagged. Ouch. Ouch. Sounds hot. Oh, Jesus. Some of you guys, rein it in. Get your mind out the gutter. Last thing for week 1 will be that Castle Nathria and Season 1 Mythic Plus achievements will still be able to be obtained this week. I guess this is a sort of a buffer period for those that maybe just pieced out of the game a few months ago and are literally only coming back today. And they may still want to get their Castle Nathria and Season 1 Mythic Plus achievements. I probably will not be faffing about with any of that because I don't care enough for achievements. But think of a high price and double it. Yes, exactly. Yes. Think of a high price and double it. Whatever you're willing to pay for something, double it, because you can. I guarantee there's somebody out there with a bigger credit card than you have that will pay more for it. Can we talk about nasty food again? No, no. Don't care about achievements? What? I care about achievements in the last patch. Like, there's no point hunting down achievements like when they're fresh. Genuinely none whatsoever. Before you move on to a new expansion though, yeah, go back and get all of the achievements from the old raids. Sure, do it, because you just ruffle stomp them. There's no point grinding for achievements midway through an expansion. Not in my opinion, at least. That's what the point. That's what a 0.3 patch is for. Achievement hunting. Achievement hunting, collecting stuff, all of that sort of good stuff. Spending your valor, yeah, that's a very, very sensible thing to do. Anybody that's in chat right now, if you still have some valor kicking about on your characters, especially if you have over 750 valor, make sure you go buy some heavy callous hide or upgrade your gear. My suggestion would be to buy some heavy callous hide, but the vendor for that is directly next to, where is he? The vendor for that is standing next to the Great Vault, so valor's best spent on gear. Each to their own. Not in my books, but yeah, sure. Should I leave a calling to complete tomorrow? If you're still behind on renown, maybe, but it depends how far behind on renown you are. There's no guarantee that you'll get renown for any callings anyway. They're saying that the Valor reset is just before season 2, but I wouldn't trust it. Yeah, I mean, if you don't care about gear, just go and cash out your Valor points now. It's not like you're going to gain any more, so just go cash them out. Just don't mess about. Just get it done. Just get it done. I mean, I genuinely don't think I've even got enough to do anything with. I've only got 300 Valor on this character anyway. Walked away with 900 Alethea ore from cashing out? Well, there you go. There you go. I'm not entirely sure why you bought Alethea ore over Heavy Callous Hide, but either way. Oh, boost to your Jewel crafting for rank 4. Okay. Well, at least you had a good purpose for it then. Are you still happy with 2k gold for Korthite Crystal as a placeholder? I have genuinely no idea. Actually no idea how much these Korthite crystals are going to go for, and it's also going to vary wildly dependent on the server. Like on Sylvanas, my home realm, I don't expect them to be too ridiculous, but on a realm like Torin Mill, where there are world first guilds on that realm, like tens of mythic raiding guilds, there's a very high chance that they'll just be ludicrously priced. Absolutely silly prices. I can almost see it now. But that's basically everything week 1. That's the main things to take note of week 1, with a bit of a gold making twist on it. Week 2, what does it say we're going to be getting week 2? Shadowlands Flying is a big one. Yes. Big one being Shadowlands Flying. You get this when you complete complete the campaign chapter with Renown 44. So Flying in week 2. From a goal making perspective, obviously this is huge, right? Being able to fly places just makes the speed of gathering just so much better. So much better. Like ludicrously so. Players can progress to Renown 46, which will unlock not only Covenant Flying Mount, more Soulbind rows, a World Quest item level increase, and an Adventurer. Hey, more mission table, more good. More mission table, more good. There's our first Adventurer. Sanctum of Domination raid comes out on normal and then heroic difficulty with Sylvanas Windrunner as the final boss. This raid comes with much hyped encrypted cinematics that should reveal more about Sylvanas' motivations. Is she gonna be a crazy bitch? Is she gonna be crazy bitch? Can see it now. I'm gonna tell guildies to sell me their Korthite crystals for 2k. If they're guildies, they shouldn't be selling them to you. If they're guildies, they should be saving 40 and then asking you to craft their legendary for them. Or just get them to give you them for free. Augment rune flipping, yay or nay? It's a risk. It's a risk. People have a lot more of those things than you expect. They go expensive on reset day, and then they drop in price the other end of the week. Like most things, do it cautiously. Is there an intro quest for farming Korthite crystals? I have so many alts. Yes. Yeah, there's basically a few intro quests you go through to get into Korthia, but once you've done it on one character, it activates a skip. So you don't have to do it on all of your characters. If your only intention is to farm Korthite crystals, you're not bothered about rep, you're not bothered about gaining any crafted stuff, you're not really too fussed about it. If you just want as many alts as possible in Korthia the first few days, take the skip. If you care about your reputation on that character in Korthia, don't take the skip. There's a big chunk of reputation that you miss out on by the looks of things by taking the skip. I have a little over 600 augment runes and I haven't really been going ham on the table. Then again, 600 is very little compared to a lot. Well, 600 will satisfy the needs of an entire guild for a good few days of raiding, I would imagine. So think of it that way. Look at it from the perspective of, well, how many would you actually expect to sell? Slightly different note, but bang on time in terms of prep. Got TSM 4.11 beta access. Not so pay to win in the end. Congratulations. Any recommended steps to back up my groups and operations in case 4.11 does not work too well for me and I want to go back to 4.10, or I don't make it to be set up on time? For the most part, it's a relatively smooth move from 10 to 11. But your TSM desktop application will do backups for you anyway. So if something does go critically wrong, you can roll it back. But for support on that sort of stuff, I would jump into the WoW Economy Discord, and Gumdrops will be able to guide you through that sort of stuff if you have any issues. But realistically, it's a relatively smooth process from going from 10 to 11. I like the idea of charging 20 extra Korthite crystals plus mats or 40k plus mats for guildies. Laughs in Austin Powers. Yeah. Is rep account wide? No, it never is. Never is. It never is. Only once in the history of World of Warcraft have they made reputation account wide, and that was with Venari. It probably won't happen again. Yeah, I've not done a 4.11 setup video yet though, but considering so many people are getting access to the beta now, it might be worthwhile me doing. Might do that today. No guarantees, it's a busy day, but... Wish there was XP for ranks 5 and 6 again. Would gate access to crafting for a lot more people. Yeah, it's going to be funny, right? On reset day next week, both rank 5s and rank 6s will hit the auction house instantly. Like, literally instantly. The second the servers go up, okay, people have got to get the renown, they've got to do the campaign, but like an hour or so after the servers go up, you'll start to see rank 5s and rank 6s appear on the auction house. For silly, silly prices. Is Venari still in 9.1? Venari is still in 9.1, but some of the items that you would previously buy from Venari are not there. So things like the conduit upgrades and the socket upgrades will be removed. There's new variations of those in 9.1. But anyway, let's continue a little bit with what we expect in week 2. We're not getting particularly far. Grats on 10 plus Patreons. Oh, if we hit plus 10 on Patrons, there might be a few more people who have signed up today. I should refresh my page. Oh, we have. Lovely stuff. Welcome, boys and girls. Thank you, thank you. I will check the details later. For those that don't like saved instances but like a good spreadsheet, I made myself a grinding sheet, posted it in the goal making Discord. Yes, yes. Vallegro's put together a bit of a tool for us to use. So thank you to Vallegro on that one. Please do. I won't download 4.11 until you teach us how. Cannot afford unexpected errors. Do we expect big sales of legendaries tomorrow? I don't know, you know. I don't know. We might see some. It's weird, right? This, like, most patch days are absolutely ludicrous, but actually there's almost like a week's buffer on when everything really will start happening. It's actually not going to be patch day. It's not going to be 9.1 launch day that's going to be crazy. It's going to be the first reset of 9.1 where things are going to go bonkers. Actually bonkers. Would you rather have subs on Twitch or Patreons? Absolutely Patreons. Not that there's anything wrong with being a Twitch sub. Let me clarify that. It's just very simply from a business point of view. Patreon takes 8%, whereas Twitch takes 50%. It's not even close. It's not even close. But of course, Twitch does offer a few additional perks that I can't physically offer through Patreon, like, you know, ad-free viewing, emotes, icons in chat, and that sort of stuff. So the opening of the raid will happen in week 2. Players can start progressing with their Shard of Domination system. Oh, I'm starting to dread this system already. By collecting raid pieces with domination sockets, socketing them with shards, and then upgrading them for powerful effects. This is going to have a big swing on the legendary market, generally speaking, for the fact that people are not going to want to have their legendary in a slot where a domination piece will sit, which instantly rules out 5 slots for many players. You're not even making any emotes either. I think I've only actually got 1 emote slot available on Twitch right now. I might have. I don't even know how many slots I've got. I've genuinely only got 1 open slot on Twitch anyway. You forget I've not actually been on Twitch all that long. There's channels out there that have 10, 15, 20 emote slots because they've just been on Twitch a long time. I don't have that many emote slots. More importantly, I need to find somebody to make me some nice emotes. Because let's be fair, I can do I can do Photoshop to a degree, but I'm not great. I can edit shit. I'm not very good at making new stuff, you know. Instead of the actual emotes we really want, like Manthy Slacker. Oh dear. See, I'm not creative. I wouldn't even know what the emote for that would be. This is the point, right? I need an artist to make me some. You filled it with more stuff to help you? Yeah, the post scan and the cancel scan. What's wrong with those? I thought they were genius, you know. Because I always forget to post scan and cancel scan. The goblin looked nice. Well, the actual the Manthy goblin was drawn for me by a viewer of the stream a while back. They originally drew it with like a cool gold background, but I yoinked the background off it and turned it into an emote. You might have seen I used it a few times in thumbnails on YouTube videos. Let me see if I can find the original. Hang on. Please hold. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, so this was the original. This was the original that was drawn for me. I didn't ask them to do it or anything. They just they said they were drawing me as a goblin, and then sent it to me a couple of days later. I was like, wow, that's incredible. Which is now what the emote is. It's a bit hard to tell in the emote that he's holding a WoW token, but it's quite cool. Please hold. That's one shot of tequila. Oh, sponsored ad from Vallegro as well. Thank you, my man. I always forget to press the ad button. But yeah, this was really cool. I need to get back in touch with this guy and see if he can. He obviously knows his way around a graphics tablet, so I might see if I can commission this guy to make some emotes or something, because he obviously knows what he's doing. I do not mind some ads. I'm sure you don't, Vallegro, because you don't see any. You don't see any. That's a WoW token? I always thought it's you knocking on a door. Yeah, that's the problem, right? The emote is a bit small. It does kind of look like I'm knocking on a door. No, it's actually me holding a gold coin. But anyway, where did we get to with this then? Oh, okay, layer 10 of Torghast unlocks. This seems to indicate that Torghast is being time-gated on a week-by-week basis. I've not seen any proof of this. But it's been a while since I've focused my efforts on Torghast. But this does make a interesting... this does make an interesting case for rank 5s not being craftable until week 3. Because you physically just won't be able to get enough Soul Cinders. Which could be a bit of an odd one. They're time gating it like it was at Shadowlands launch. Yeah, if I remember, for the launch of Shadowlands, they gave us the first 3 layers, then the next 3, and then the final 2, maybe? I can't remember exactly how it worked. Who linked you that? I know I linked it about 2 hours ago. Yeah, I hunted it down. No issues there. No rank 5s for 3 weeks. Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those, right? That people, obviously crafters can craft them, but people won't be able to upgrade their legendaries till probably week 3. And I think it's designed very deliberately, because at week 3, if we just jump ahead a little bit, players at Renown 48 can acquire the new Covenant-specific legendaries. So what's that? Oh, you get a new Covenant legendary power at week 48, and just so happen to have the exact amount of Soul Cinders needed to go and craft it. Well, that's that's convenient, isn't it? It's all starting to sort of, the pieces of the puzzle are starting to fit together, I think. Because it's BIS for some specs. Yeah. Cannot craft them until we can make the Vestiges, which will be week 2. Yes. 1 + 1 = 2. Only sometimes. Only sometimes. So additionally, let's just step back and finish week 2 then. Season 2 of Shadowlands starts for Mythic Plus and PvP, featuring the new Tormented affix. This might make Mythic Plus pretty fun, actually. This might make Mythic Plus pretty fun. We might even do some dungeons in 9.1. The item level of rewards from dungeons and Mythic Plus rewards is increased by 26 item levels. So dungeon gear and Mythic Plus gear is getting a nice little bump, which will be nice. Good way for people to catch up quickly. It is going to I think this might have a relatively large effect on 168 gear. if we're going to look at this from a goal making perspective, while I still believe that 168 gear will sell, because it will quite simply be cheaper than item level 200 gear, I do feel that it's basically the end of it. You'll craft a couple of pieces and you'll list them and you'll recraft them when they sell. You won't really be focusing on it. Maybe 2k for the crystals is too expensive. Honestly, you're going to have to, when it comes to the crystal prices, I know everybody wants an answer to like, how much are these crystals going to be? How much should I pay for these crystals? And the reason everybody is asking is because nobody can physically give you an answer, because there is no answer. People will buy the crystals for as much as they are willing to pay for them, and that's literally the only way it will be. Allow me to refer back to yesterday's magical paint picture, which I still have open. Yesterday's magical paint picture on Korthite crystals basically is what will happen with the Korthite crystal market, right? Ignore the grey lines. The grey lines are just basically telling you when you should probably be stockpiling your Korthite crystals. But the first couple of weeks, if we look at the demand for them first, the first couple of weeks there's no demand realistically. The only demand for them is by people that are buying them in preparation to craft with them. That's not really by definition demand, that's just people stockpiling. The supply of them, in fairness, this line should probably be a little flatter, because the supply is basically the same every day, right? There's a limited amount of them that you can get. There's only X amount of people playing. All of them can have all of them can have the same amount of access to the same amount of Korthite crystals. So the supply on the market is pretty uniform, whether it be 1 day into the patch or 30 days into the patch. The price of them, though, is absolutely going to start off at a ridiculous price because they're new and they're shiny and they're legendary, technically. So they're going to start off ridiculous, but very, very quickly we'll see that the price of them will come down. Why is the price going to come down very quickly? Well, because of the green line. Because there's genuinely no demand for them yet. The only people that are buying them are people that are stockpiling them and they're squirreling them. They're not doing anything with them yet. They're just buying the quote-unquote cheap ones every day so that they've got some to craft with. But when week 2 happens, or the end of week 1, between week 1 and week 2, when people get access to actually start crafting rank 5s and 6s, that's when the demand kicks in, right? Because people can start crafting something and they can start selling something, and the demand kicks in really heavily when people can actually take them to the rune carver and do something with them. So the demand is going to skyrocket, but as we know, the supply is relatively uniform. There's never going to be any more than X amount hitting the auction house every day. The supply is constant, but the demand is going to increase, which will mean that the price of the Korthite crystals will then slowly go up a little bit as well. So there'll be a cheap period, but the problem is you want to be buying in this cheap period before the price skyrockets because the demand's gone ridiculous, and before the price then dips back down. If we make this an 8-week graph, if we extend this out, we make it an 8-week graph, and we go, right, well, when everybody's got their legendaries, let's see if I can get the right colours. Once everybody's got their legendaries, and green was probably this one, I don't know. Once everybody's got their legendaries, the demand is going to start going down again because everybody's got them. Now, the red line is the supply. There'll be less people farming them, but the supply stays about the same. But then the price will do a similar thing. The price will also start to drop down as well because there won't be as much demand. And eventually, Korthite crystals won't be an issue. Eventually they just won't be an issue. So this is sort of more week 8 by this point. Picasso, you were nothing. We got a Manthius Mega Painter. Oh, there we go. That's my prediction, at least, for what Korthite Crystals is going to do. In about 2 months' time, we'll take a look at the Undermine Journal and we'll have a look at this and we'll see if I was even close. Anyway, we totally got off on a squirrel there. We have the new Mega Dungeon will open week 2. That's quite cool. We'll have to give that. We'll have to run through that. We'll have to give that a blast. That could be funny. We'll do that with a few of you guys on stream. That'll be amusing. Castle Nathria and Season 1 achievements will no longer be obtainable by the end of week 2 either. Okay, so that all sort of makes a lot of sense. Guys from the Undermine Journal will just copy paste your graph. I don't think that's how data works, but yeah, sure. Week 3, let's see what's happening week 3. Sanctum of Domination Mythic opens up and the race for World First is on. This is always a fun week. I like this week. Not only do I like this week for the fact that I enjoy the race to World First, this week is ludicrously good for sales. This is your main Goblin week. This is big Goblin week. This is where you want to have made sure that you've got potions, flasks, enchants, gems, food, feasts, all of that you want to have stockpiled and ready, because it's week not that you won't be selling it up until this point anyway, but week 13 will be the week to make stinky amounts of gold off everybody going out raiding and also raiding competitively. Plus you got all of the LFR at the same time, so you got both ends of the scale all of a sudden in the raid, right? You've got the mythic guys that are doing everything in their power to get the rankings, and you've got all of the casuals that are like, oh look, I can go do LFR free loot, woo! That aren't really the kind of people that are going to buy consumables and stuff all that regularly, but they'll get a new piece of gear and they'll want to enchant it. So there's wins from every angle. You will miss out on food week 3 because you are lazy and haven't even skilled it up. We'll see. On the 9th of January, I made a ticket because I had a problem with images on Discord for my website. I today got a response about it where they tell me I found out that I fixed it myself. Well, Discord support is keeping up with their tickets, obviously. I mean, that's a longer wait time than even Blizzard have on their tickets. Holy smoke. Great Vault is now upgraded to Season 2 items as of week 3. Layer 11 of Torghast unlocks, offering even more Soul Cinders to put towards your new legendaries. Players at Renowned 48, you can get your Covenant-specific legendaries, conveniently at the same sort of time that you'll probably have enough Soul Cinders to craft one. Players can also progress to Renowned 49, unlocking the 4th chapter of the Covenant campaign, giving you more Soulbounds and increased Anima from Elite World quests. This is going to be a big one, right? I told you that the Anima Drought is less of a thing. Anima Drought is a lot less of a thing in 9.1. Once you start picking some of these up, those elite quests that currently give you, what's it, like 250 Anima, will probably give you 500. So, big difference, right? Instead of giving you one 250 token, they'll probably just give you 2. The Warlord's Time Walking event will be active, which will award a normal piece of Sanctum of Domination loot. Oh, that's an interesting thing to add, I suppose. Sure. What are Soul Cinders? Soul Cinders is basically Soul Ash for patch 9.1. You're still going to get Soul Ash by doing Torghast, But in the higher layers, you'll also start to pick up these Soul Cinders. Soul Cinders are basically what is needed to upgrade to ranks 5 and rank 6 of your legendaries. For essences, should I buy Sinvir or... it depends for what essence. Each essence gives you... Each of the zone-specific ores gives you a different essence when prospected. For the most part, it's usually sensible to just buy Leystrite. And just lots of it. Do layers 9 and higher drop Soul Ash? Yes, they do. Yes, they still drop Soul Ash. Soul Ash is now not time gated at all. You can, in essence, just continuously run Torghast if you wish and end up with a near unlimited amount of Soul Ash. This basically means ranks 1 to 4 are no longer time gated. It's only going to be ranks 5 and 6 that will be time gated. Where did we get to? Week 4 then. Layer 12 of Torghast will unlock in week 4, giving you access to even more Soul Cinders. Players can also start to complete Flawless Master. Achieve a flawless run on layer 12 in each wing of Torghast Tower of the Damned, which awards the Morsworn Charger's Reigns one of the new mounts. Did I read it right? That there is like 45... I think 45 new mounts in just patch 9.1. Where are they putting them all? Because that's ridiculous. Genuinely, where are they putting them all? You're going to pick up a herb and it'll have a mount attached to the back of it. Like, there surely can't be that many possible ways to even acquire a mount. Like, lift a rock. Oh, look, a mount. Most aren't even obtainable yet. Do you pronounce Morsworn like Morsword? No. I pronounce Morsworn like Morsworn. There were tons behind rep at like 5k Stygia. I mean, that, like, there's only 2 new reputations, so surely that, like, even if there was 2 each, that's only 4. Where did the other 41 come from? Wow, we might have a little bit of a look at that. I'm not so much of a mount collector anyway, but 45 new mounts in a patch? That's crazy. That's why it's taken 8 months. Half or at least a third of them are also Covenant mounts. One from the... Jeez. We'll take a little look at that in a minute, I think. That could be interesting. Players can unlock Renown 52, which unlocks the 5th chapter, giving you a stamina increase and more soul binds. I think this is just going to be the trait from here on. I don't think we really need to go much past 5, 6, 7 and 8. It's just telling us what we get with Renown. There's nothing special at that point. Oh, apart from week 9 is when I will probably kill Sylvanas through LFR. Comp Stomp Brawl finally returns in August. Great way to earn Marks of Honor. Remind me, 10th of August, Comp Stomp. I need Marks of Honor times lots. For, you know, ticking all of those past stuff off. EU downtime was changed to 6 to 2 now. It was 3 till 11. Yeah, I've seen it's been extended. It's because they're obviously having issues with it on the NA realms. But there we go. That was quite cool then. Now we have a good indication of sort of what's coming and when, which will be quite handy. What's the where are all these mounts at then? Where can they possibly have hidden 45 new mounts in How can they have done this? How can they literally have hidden 45 mounts in the game somewhere? To help collectors with this, we've put together a guide, blah, 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 blah. Right. Sources, puzzle ones. These, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a whole bunch of them you get from Korthia. Now, you're going to live in Korthia, by the way. I'm just telling you now. You're actually going to live in Korthia. Oh my god, some of them are even in Paragon caches for the Death's Advance. Ew. Oh, and they're just recolors in Paragon boxes. Oh god, that's the last thing you want. The last thing you want is recolors in a Paragon box. Okay, sure. Paragon caches are disgusting. What in the Paragon box? You want something cool. This is cool, but I want the gold one. How do I get the gold one of these? I want the golden spiky pony. Which is the golden spiky pony? What was that one called? Soulbound Gloom Charger's Reigns. Is it going to be a variation of the Gloom Charger's Reigns then? Gold one is from the rare that spawns in the Maw. Maw. No, that's one of the hand ones. I think. Does anybody know what the name of it actually is? Oh, this is another one of the hand ones. I like the fact that there's these hand ones look cool. What I really wish they didn't do was make 5 variations of it, all a different colour. No, just give us a cool mount and give us one of them. God diddly do. How we doing? Very welcome, welcome. Thank you for my lamb, by the way. That did make me giggle. We will sacrifice it on stream at some point. Control F Fallen, is that what it's called? Fallen Charger's Reigns. Oh, is this the gold one? Yeah, see, this is the one. Golden Spiky Pony. This is what we want. Yeah, we'll have none of that. There we go. Gold Maker's Mount, look. Golden Spiky Pony. It's all good. It's all good. It's got like no... Look, it's got no legs. It's got like little ghost legs.
You just lost $5.
Hey!
Teahi Waters. ATTETION Seeker.
Okay. My little British lady can't say attention, apparently. But thank you for the 3 months. Appreciate it. 3-month streak. GG. Any primers, any Amazoners, any Oilers, any Lamborghini owners? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any button clickers? On the bright side, Asmongold will need to grind Korthia like a madman for recolors, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. You need to be able to pick the mount that matches your transmog colour scheme. That's just stupid. Stupid. Right, well that's one we need to do then. Fallen Charger's Reigns, and this is... I should have actually checked how I get it. It's just a rare in the Maw, right? Is that what we're saying? Drops from the Fallen Charger in the Maw. Charger's screams echo across the Maw as it continues a never-ending ride across the land. Forever looking for escape from the endless torments. Oh, this is the one that spawns in one corner, and it runs faster than you can run. So you have to kind of group up and just corner it and then just zerg it down. And if you don't, it escapes. That's why this is a tough one. I get it, and that's why it's gold. Cool. See, I pay attention to stuff. Archivist's Codex Tier 6, so this is an exalted one. This is one you'll work towards. Wow, deathly boring. I just want a pale brown horse. Yeah, just give me my basic bitch pony. That's all I want. I want something that looks better than a long boy. That's what I really want. Cartel Masters Gear Glider. Oh, this thing looks cool. This thing looks quite cool. Expect many raids for that Goalmaker's mount. I would imagine so, yeah. PvP mounts. Fake it till you make it. Defeat a dude in Tazavesh, the Vale Market, after being caught. On Myth. Oh, okay, so there's some cool. Oh no. Hang on. Did I just click on the same one twice, or have they just done recolors of? Oh, I don't know. I can't remember which one I've clicked on now. But we got some through Renown, Covenant ones. Yeah, this is the problem, right? Literally half of them are just Covenant mounts. This is why I'm kind of quite glad that I have characters in every Covenant. It means I'll just get these by default, which is cool. I'll get these somewhat passively. So actually half of them is just like easy game. It's just these ones that you're going to need to hunt for, which actually makes the 45 feel a little bit easier to, you know, manage. Because you have no long boy? Yeah, I know. Still missing a mount that sells current stuff for crafters. Yeah, I know, it's a bit gross, right? That all of the mounts are just like old school and don't really, they're just not useful. Like, why would you want them? I mean, who wants that stupid long boy anyway? Not me. Nah, it's trash. Not me. Not me. Not salty. Not at all. Oh, of course I log back into the game and there's a stupid long boy. Right, well, I'm gonna park my Spectral Tiger next to your long boy and this stupid green pony. Who do we say wins this? You don't count. Yours is silly. We got a stupid green pony, a Spectral Tiger, or a long boy. I know which one I want. I know which one I want. Long boy wins. Lies. What's the mount sitting in your bathtub when you start the stream? There you go, the long boy. Shut up. Shut up, all of you. Lies. This is just bullying now. Wow, mount top trumps. Yeah, it is. See, Spectral Tiger wins because it can fit under low-lying bridges. Can't get a long boy under a small bridge. It's true. Cannot get a long boy under a small bridge. So that's a big problem in World of Warcraft. It's actually a massive problem. Nobody can see the tiger? Exactly. Stealth. A favourite of the rogues. Can you auction house on your mount? Yeah, look. Easy. Easy. Please ignore the fact that that wasn't my mount. Long boy is its own bridge. That's true. Bigger is always better. Oh dear, let's not go down that road. Let's not go down that road. Right, anyway. That aside, maybe we need to sort this dude's bags out and make sure that he's prepared. This is less of a thing because his bags are not full of trash. Let's get a Hearthstone to Dalaran. Let's get rid of anything that's not 100% essential. Let's stock up on some more totally not wine. It's not about the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean. It's that's all good and well if you're just a bunch of sailors. Blame / pest Amanthias Day. It's all good. It's all good. I can take it. Leystrite a stable 20 gold over here? Wow. That goes to show, right? With everybody trying to level up their rings. Ooh, Leystrite go burr. Crazy times. Crazy, crazy times. Are you done with Torren Mill yet? No, not really. Torren Mill's on the back burner for a few days. Torren Mill will be my overflow. Maybe a bit of stream content over there, but mostly overflow. And by that I mean that my main focus is going to be on Sylvanas, because it's where I've got the best opportunity to make stupid gold, because I've got every legendary at rank 4 already. I've got loads of gold that I can dump into investing in things. I've got probably close to 10 million gold of materials just sitting about ready to be used that I bought on the cheap over the last few months. It would be foolish of me to not focus on Sylvanas right now. Sell the mats, buy a longboy. I mean, I've still got more than I still think I've got over gold cap on this realm, even after investing silly amounts. No, what's crazy is that I'm selling Simvir ore for 74 gold a piece right now. That is bonkers. Sylvanas is dying according to you, Mr. Streamer? It don't matter. There's still a lot of gold over here. Still a lot of gold over here. And I am a very large fish in a relatively medium-sized pond nowadays. The pond is shrinking and I'm only getting bigger, which means my share of the pie is getting bigger every patch. And once I'm 100% done with Sylvanas and I've bled it dry, then maybe we'll move to another. We'll just server transfer somewhere else, be a scumbag somewhere else. Actually, by the looks of things, these dudes' bags are in somewhat of an order. Plenty of materials to be turning into Shadowghast ingots. I need basically twice as many Shadowghast ingots as I have Elithium bars. So I really do need to put in a shift. I might just, if I go walk the dogs and make dinner and whatever later today, I might just leave this guy making Shadowghast ingots in the background. But outside of that, the bags are, I wouldn't say they're in order, but they're not that bad, actually. Not that bad, actually. Miss Banks is going to have a field day once you're done. I remember her making like 1 million sales in a day. Yeah, she's probably still doing that. She's been online every single day religiously like she does. I knew a streamer who once made a video on 3 things you should never do, and server transfer was one of them. What you would also remember is that the real scumbag move was not moving to the server, it was to then liquidate your stock, take the gold, and then move back. That was the scumbag part of it. Let's get rid of some of this basic stuff here, actually. There's going to be a lot of stuff we can just trash. Greater fire protection potions. Why? Why have I got stuff like this kicking about? Bits of gear. Let's just go the vendor first, actually. Now, this dude's only got 170 item level gear, because I've not really played this character all that much. But I'm sure he'll be fine going into 9-1. I hope, at least. This gear set, I'm just going to get rid of it at this point. We went with that decision early on. We should stick to it. Soulbound. Bind on equip, useless. Bind on equip, useless. Actually, I should be disenchanting these things. What is this? This is a Worm Drop Wrath of the Lich King gun. Just vendor it. No, don't even disenchant it. I don't want the dust. Just get it gone. Disenchant that. I helped two friends in game. What a bad Vallegro. Should be more selfish. Yeah, give yourself a slap on the wrist. What do we got here? These are materials. We got 100 random arboreal shards. Sure. Elithium ore is actually used on this character for creating, you know, the things. Order of the Awakened tabard. Just get rid of it. Old set. Old crafted gear. Soulbound trash. Soulbound trash. All low level stuff. Just get it out of here. Get it gone. Let the purge commence. You know what's really bad is when we get to the druid, but I don't think I'm going to have time for that today. Braces of Might? Why do we have Braces of Might? It's a warrior thing. Can't even learn that one. Garfrost's 2-ton bludgeon. This has been removed from the game. Cool. See you later. Now you really have been removed from the game. What's a tampered anima charger? Dunno. Sure. New here, love the YouTube videos, really helpful. Hey, thank you, my man. Thank you. Appreciate it. So this morning I slashed my head with a 20cm cut that has exposed my skull from the forehead to the back of my head. 40 plus stitches later, I finally got home and reposted my auctions. Final message being, stay at home and play WoW. If I did, I wouldn't have a scar for the rest of my life. Chicks dig scars. That's all I'm saying. Chicks dig scars. It's going to be quite a cool scar. But either way, I'm not going to ask how you did that, because that could be outrageous. But don't do it again. Don't do it again. Alright, there we go. Oh, hang on. One more. Cheeky. Right, that should be everything now. Got a bunch of anima to turn in on this character, but that's fine. They can be in my bags quite happily. Cool, this dude is done. He needs to go stand by... Let's go stand this dude by somewhere and get him crafting. Need Shadowghast ingots for days. Hey, look along, boy. Shut up. It's not even funny. When people say you got into a fight with a lawnmower, you're not actually meant to get into a fight with a lawnmower? Yeah. Yeah, that is just a metaphor. At least yours will grow back. Look at the hairline of Mr. Streamer. My hairline is impeccable. Impeccable. You're dead right. You're dead right. What is it about World of Warcraft streamers and having no hair? Something about that for sure. Unless your name's Samadan, where you keep all of it on your chin. Lack of vitamin D? Maybe. That is a problem in Finland. It is genuinely considered a problem in Finland. Tends to be vitamin D's. What's vitamin D's? Yeah, go on then. What's vitamin D's? Wait, you're Finnish? No, absolutely not. I live in Finland. I'm not Finnish. Sleep time for this NA player. See you all in 9-1. Good luck. Good luck. We need a Manthe Bald emote. Got him. Right, that dude is doing its thing. These accounts are squished because I've been offline for too long. But boys and girls, I think we're going to leave it there for today's stream. Tomorrow, let's talk about tomorrow real quickly. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting day, especially considering my stream schedule is going to coincide with Realm maintenance. Now, dependent, I would like to be streaming when it goes live because that's cool, right? So I might stream at the regular sort of starting time as we do normally, and if it's maintenance, we'll work out what the hell we're going to do. Maybe a Factorio day. Probably not a Factorio day. We'll probably just go hardcore React Andy mode until it goes live. We'll just, you know, maybe we'll play around with the spreadsheet. Maybe we'll check a few markets. We'll see how things are going. We'll keep ourselves occupied. That's for sure. What we might do is a slightly longer stream tomorrow because of that, though. I might even, you know, really sell out and turn it into some magical subathon style thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Either way, though, boys and girls, any of you guys who are over on the NA realms, your servers should be coming up soon-ish, I'd imagine. Possibly. I don't know. As and when you get access to 9.1, good luck. Have fun. Go have fun in Korthia. Tell me how much your Korthite crystals are selling for, because I'll be very interested. And any of you guys over on the EU, let's look forward to a good day tomorrow. More importantly, if you're English, good luck in the football tonight. And if you're German, just pretend there's no football on. We'll see. We'll see how that happens. Small little sellout opportunity here, just real quick. The Discord is popping at the moment. There's people chatting amongst themselves all day long. There are some now TSM premium channels for subs. If you happen to be a sub on Twitch, make sure that your Twitch is synchronized with the Discord. It will give you the right roles in Discord, giving you access to the premium channels. Gold Goblin Corner is where only the finest gold making tactics exist. Yeah, Patreon one is I should do a Patreon one. You're right. So yeah, Twitch subscribers, get access to the premium channels on the Discord. And if you go as far, there are other ways you can support me as well if you so choose to. Things like my TSM groups are now available. We recently relaunched the Patreon with some nice juicy benefits to the different Patreon tiers as well. So check those out if you wish. But that's me done for today. That's my little bit of a sellout. I'm not good at the sellout. Don't like particularly doing it, but I like to give back to those who, choose to financially support me. But I'm going to go get me some food. I'm going to go plan for the football. Should probably put a video out for you guys today of just some last minute things to make sure you check off. I might come up with like a 5 things to make sure you've done before patch 9.1 or something cheesy like that. But we'll see. Enjoy the rest of your day, boys and girls. Have a good one. Peace. Sorry, Jack. My cup's empty. I might go get a beer.